Just another beautiful day in the Southwest. We come to you from Ho-Ho-Com Park in Mesa, Arizona, where the Angels are 23-6-1 this year. Best record in baseball against the Chicago Cubs. They are 17-15-1, and many believe that the Cubs will repeat as National League Central champions, although the Cardinals and Milwaukee Brewers much improved this year. The Angels are everybody's pick to win the West. Boy, they've gone through some pitching problems with John Lackey, Urban Santana, Kelvin Escobar not ready yet, and Joe Saunders. He pitched yesterday through 92 pitches, but Rex, we understand he experienced a tired arm. That's what Mike Scioscia told us before the game.
Yeah, he got to his 92 pitch limit, but he was a little bit tired, they said, so he might be going through a little dead arm spring training syndrome that happens sometimes. Not good news considering that Lackey's hurting a little bit, and some of the other guys are too, but still, the Angels, they feel pretty good as he already has his rotation lined up for the next week, or this next week.
Well, the Angels first in batting, 325, and here's a look at the lineup today. Sean Figgins will lead things off, followed by Howie Kendrick, then Bobby Abreu, Vladimir Guerrero, Torrey Hunter, Henry Morales, Meiser Izturis, Jeff Mathis, and Nick Adenhart. On the hill for the Chicago Cubs, big, tall left-hander, 6'7", 220-pound Sean Marshall out of Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, he's a big lefty. You mentioned at 6'7", he's big. He's got a sinking fastball that he'll run in on hitters. He'll go 88 to 95, depending on his pitch selection. Now he's got a slider, curve, and also a changeup, so he'll mix in all of them. But this kid here, they're looking for him in their rotation.
Chicago counting on a pretty good defense, led by Derek Lee, who is one of the best defensive first basemen in the game.
Oh, no question. He's a three-time Gold Glover. And man, what a tall target to throw to. I mean, he's a big guy. He's tall. You're not going to overthrow him. He's a really large individual, but it makes it good for Terrio, the shortstop. You see Fontenot and Terrio, the Cajun connection up the middle this year for the Cubbies. Looks like it could be good. This kid Hoffenpower, he's got 24 RBIs in this spring. He's really raking hard. Fukudome is in center. Ramirez, Soto, they got a strong team. This looks like it could be their opening day lineup outside of Milton Bradley, who'll probably be in right field opening day.
Well, they're checking the sun out, and the Arizona sun always difficult for left fielders and center fielders particularly. The Angels, their leadoff man is Sean Figgins, batting .407 this spring. He has had a great start, 8 stolen bases, has a home run, and he takes strike one from Sean Marshall, who's had a very good start this spring, 3-0 record, a 1.93 earned run average. And they just gave the weather conditions like 76 degrees and sunny, not a cloud in the sky here, and then they gave the weather conditions for Chicago. They said 48 and rainy. So all the fans that travel from the Midwest saying, glad to be here in Cactus League baseball.
No, it's beautiful. Now the Angels are going to see Marshall as Figgy fouls one off his foot there, and he's got a smooth, easy, loose delivery. Okay, he's pretty fluid with his delivery. He's got a 3/4 arm slot, so it's really a little bit deceptive, and he can be tough on left-handed batters.
It seems like he can cut that fastball as well as he came in down on Sean, and Sean could only foul it off of his foot.
Right, and he relies on his sinker.
Figgins checked his swing. The ball gets away. Sean off for first base. There'll be no throw by Soto. It will go as a strikeout, but with a wild pitch.
Yep, home plate umpire Rob Drake, he gave the strikeout sign. It looked like Sean Figgins might have tipped it with his bat, but as you can see there, he didn't come close. Drake says, "You're out." Figgins says, "All right, I'll run."
Come on, Mark.
And he does, and Soto picked it up and says, "I'm going to put it in my pocket." No chance.
Now we'll get a chance to see Sean Marshall's move. Sean Figgins with 8 steals this spring. He's been caught 3 times. The Angels have been very aggressive this spring. They have 35 stolen bases, 21 more than the opposition. Angels had the best record in baseball last year at 162. The Cubs right behind them at 97-64, winning the National League Central by 7.5.
Marshall's going to, you saw his quick delivery home, so he'll be tough to steal off of. Soto, pretty good arm, but he had some periods last season where he had some difficulties throwing guys out. It's all up to the pitcher. Get that ball home.
Marshall trying to take the 5 spot in the rotation. They've got Carlos Zambrano, Ted Lilly, Ryan Dempster, all guys who won at least 14 games last year. Then Rich Harden came over from the A's and he went 10-2, so they're solid 1 through 4, and Marshall trying to brighten things at the 5 spot, facing Howie Kendrick, who's been extremely hot this spring, batting .365. And there,
hey, Howie showing very good discipline this year. He's not hacking early in the count. You see he's taking 3 pitches now. Still has a favorable hitting count. Spring training's been good for him. He's nicknamed Hitman Howie for a reason. He's a knack to square up that ball. Likes to shoot it to right field.
That misses 3 balls and 1 strike, and the 2 things that Mike Scioscia says has pleased him the most this spring has been the depth and also their plate discipline. The guys are in tune more with some of the situational things we struggled with last year. Well, you've got a situation here with Sean Figgins. Good speed at first base, big hole between the first baseman and second baseman, and Kendrick, a very good opposite field hitter. He goes. Pitch is taken for ball 4, so the Angels had him on first and second with nobody out in the top of the first.
Figgy got a good takeoff. Likely would have ripped off the bag anyway. It's always good to see a pitcher throw home a couple times, especially when you haven't seen him. National League guys the Angels aren't too familiar with, but Figgy took a good look at him. And now with Howie on behind him, got some pretty good runners up there for a patient hitting Abreu.
This is what Mike likes. You've got Figgins and Kendrick getting on, and then Abreu knocked in 100 runs last year. Vlad Guerrero, who has been an RBI machine in his entire career, either with the Montreal Expos or with the Angels. Abreu takes a first pitch strike.
Last year, Marshall allowed left-handed hitters a .269 average with a couple home runs and 67 at bats. So, you know, he was pretty good against the lefties, but righties only hit him at .236. 7 homers. Go figure.
Marshall trying to keep the ball down, perhaps get a double play and get out of trouble here in the first inning. Runners on first and second. The Angels have been absolutely on fire. Rex talked about it in the open. 103 runs scored the last 9 games, 26 home runs, double figures in runs for the 6th time in 9 games yesterday as they blew out the White Sox 13-3.
And there's a little attempt to pick off Sean Figgins with Ryan Terrio, the shortstop. And you know they're gonna try this, especially against American League teams. You're gonna work around the bases. You're gonna try pickoffs. You're gonna go and use some different defensive strategies you may not use against your opponents in the National League, since it's an American League team.
Swing and a miss, and Abreu down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We got here early this morning, and you were watching the Chicago Cubs and their pitchers fielding practice. They were also working on their pickoffs, but you said there's one clear difference in the way they go about their business than do the Angels with base running.
That's right. They did bring up some minor league legs, but the runners didn't have any helmets on, and it seemed like the players were kind of just going through the motions. They weren't really, you know, kicking up dirt like Mike Scioscia's guys does. Scioscia has everybody on top of their game at 10 o'clock in the morning when they do these drills, and a lot of spring training is about the morning drills and the PFP pitchers fielding practice and all the base running drills, and Scioscia likes them going 100%.
And Mike always talks about practicing at game speed. He said, I'd rather have them do less reps at game speed rather than more reps at 80%, because when you're playing a game, you're not playing at 80%. So let's practice at 100%.
No, when Scioscia brings up his minor league base runners, they're all fresh legs and guys that can run, he puts helmets on them. So it's real life baseball. Look at the patient Abreu taking those sliders away.
I'll say. That looked awfully close.
Yep, 3-2 count.
Vlad Guerrero waiting on deck, then Torrey Hunter. The runners go. The pitch is swung on. Ground ball second base. So Abreu advances the runners because the Angels with an action situation. If they don't send the runners, it could be a 4-6-3 double play. Instead, second and third, just one out. Big Daddy steps to the plate. 4 of his 7 RBIs came yesterday, including a bases loaded double that cleared them all.
Nope, there's no question. Vladdy is feeling a lot better this year. Losing a little bit of weight helped him. It's going to help him take some pressure off of his knee, and being not having a contract after this year, could see a big year from Vladdy.
Cubs infield playing back. They'll give up a run to get an out.
Center fielder Kosuke Fukudome, he's deep. All the outfielders are deep.
And the wind is blowing out. We could see a lot of runs today. Marshall's pitch. Vladdy swings, grounder to short. Only play first base. Figgin scores. Angels take a 1-0 lead in the first.
Okay, that's strikeout and wild pitch allowed Figgy to get on base, but the Angels able to move their runners like normal or on the board without a base hit.
Torrey Hunter coming up in his 11th big league season. Former Minnesota Twin, signed with the Angels before last year, had a solid year, hitting .278 with 21 home runs and 19 steals. Hunter swings and fouls it off the right side, and Torrey admitted that in spring training last year, he said, it's only the second club I've ever been with. I've been 10 years with the Minnesota Twins, and he said, I did press a little bit. I wanted to show everybody the type of player they were getting, the Gold Glove winner, the All-Star in Minnesota.
When he really doesn't have to press.
Yeah.
He's a real pro.
Ball skips away from Soto. No advance by Howie Kendrick. Count moves to 0-2 on Hunter.
Big curveball by Marshall. See Soto with his plate or ball blocking ability right here as he turns both thumbs out, uses chest protector to keep it in front.
Boy, they got quite a catcher offensively and defensively. The National League Rookie of the Year last season. Torrey swings and misses, and Marshall, good pitching performance against Torrey Hunter, but gives up a run in the Angels' first.
Niagara Falls, the ultimate torture test for a deck. The ultimate protection, Thompson's Water Seal. Chosen to protect the most water-drenched decks in America. The decks at Niagara Falls. Thompson's Water Seal, the most powerful protection against water damage, guaranteed.
Hi, this is Chuck Storm. I'm live at the scene where last night there was a robbery at about 3:30 in the morning. Now, police have...
Countdown to opening day is in full swing, and the regular season moves front and center on MLB Tonight. Full coverage of your team, every team, and how they all fit into the big picture, plus breaking news, roster moves, and TV's best baseball analysis from former players who really know the game. As opening day nears, there's no better place to stay on top of all the action. MLB Tonight. Tonight at 7 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
47 steals during the season. The runner goes. The pitch taken for a strike. The throw down.
That mustache, let's stay in for a while.
The discussion on the sidelines is, will Manny get a haircut?
You'll see that on the highlights, I guarantee. The ball does not leave the ballpark.
Everything you love about baseball is on MLB Network. Our national pastime all the time.
It's raining in Chicago, but sunshine in Arizona. Cactus League Baseball. The Angels with a 1-0 lead over the Chicago Cubs. Here's the Cubs lineup at 17, 15, and 1 this year. Soriano to lead things off. Fukudome will hit second, then Derek Lee. Micah Hoffbauer has had a great spring with 24 RBIs. Then Ramirez, Fontenot, Soto, Tirio, and Sean Marshall, the pitcher. On the mound for the Angels will be young Nick Aidenhart. Looks like he'll have a spot on opening day and the starting rotation.
Yes, he will be in the rotation. He'll be pitching on Sunday as his next start in a minor league game on an Angels off day before the regular season. He's going to feature a fastball. He's clocked around 92, 93. He moves it in and out. He's got a big slow curveball and a changeup. And his curve looks pretty good this spring. Looks like his release point's been working.
Soriano with a ground ball to Kendrick, who backhands, has to make a quick throw and get Soriano by a couple of steps. 1 out.
Defending behind Nick Adenhart this afternoon in this beautiful day here in Mesa. You see Torrey Hunter and Vladdy and Abreu. That might well be your opening day lineup in the outfield. Morales, Kendrick, Sturis, and Figgins. Ibar getting the day off. They'll be rounding off the infield. You see Mathis. He's started a lot of games for the Halos last year. Very good signal caller, nice athlete, and having a good offensive spring.
Right-hander against the left-hander Fukudome, who busted a home run the other day. But Kosuke is only hitting 167 this spring. It was part of that World Baseball Classic for Japan. They won again. His teammate Ichiro Suzuki with a game-winning base hit in extra innings. Kosuke trying to win a spot, a regular spot in the outfield this year. He's playing center field. Their outfield almost as deep as the Angels, with all the guys that are challenging for spots in the opening day roster.
Fukudome played 150 games last season for the Cubs, so he was a pretty reliable outfielder. There were times where he struggled with the bat. He's hit 257, but he's a solid player.
And he singles up the middle. Almost looked like Ichiro there off balance and just kind of found the right part of the bat on the baseball and sent it to center field.
Yeah, most of the Japanese hitters have a very similar style, especially the left-handed batters. They'll bring up that leg, a little flamingo. See how he brings up his leg and then kind of falling out of the first base box, but is able to keep his hands in through the hitting zone and hit that ball that's 2 inches off the plate. Just guided out there.
Here is Derek Lee. Adenhart with a good pitch for strike one. Young guy, 6'3", 185, 22 years old, out of Williamsport, Maryland, facing Lee, a veteran slugger, now in his 11th big league season. Big strong guy at 6'6", 240 pounds.
He gets his arms extended. His ball goes a long way.
They throw behind. Oh, and Mathis, they say they got him as Morales gets the tag down, and Fukudome came off the bag just momentarily, and Rick Reed stayed with the call.
Well, he looks like he slipped on the bag. Okay, he slipped on the base and he wasn't on the base. Good quick throw by Mathis as he snaps it down there, and Morales, see how he slipped off the base, and Morales showed the umpire the ball, Rick Reed, and he's out. See how they
stayed with it.
Yeah, his right foot just kind of slipped off the base there.
2 outs, nobody on. First inning, Angels leading 1-0 on a ground out by Vlad Guerrero. Fukudome is explaining his trials and tribulations at first base. Adenhart goes with the fastball, and he's been able to spot that pitch. I was talking with Jeff Mathis about his development last year, and Bobby Wilson, who was his catcher at AAA last year, and he had a great start last year, then came up to the major leagues, did not perform well, and when he went back, I said, Bobby, what happened? Because he didn't pitch well in the minors as well. He said, Steve, the only word I can use is unsure. He was unsure of his pitches, and his confidence was shaken. Well, hit by Lee.
He has a great opportunity with some of the Angels' injuries of the pitching staff to really show what kind of pitcher he can be in the major leagues. So this is a good opportunity for him. That slow curve right there was timed perfectly by Lee as he spanked it to left field. But Adenhart, he has all the pitches, but you talked about the mental capacity, and that's the one thing that will be tested by a young pitcher.
Now Hoffpower. Strike one. Hoffpower having a great spring, the best of any Chicago Cub. 5 home runs, 24 RBIs, and that leads all major leaguers in spring or cactus or grapefruit league play. He's made the opening day roster.
He's a solid hitter.
And he slugs that one towards right field, but Vlad is there and makes the catch, ending the inning. 2 hits in the inning, but no runs. Angels lead at 1-0 going to number 2.
Are you paying more more than $1.70 a month for phone service? Then you need Magic Jack for just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. Magic Jack is signing up over 250,000 customers a month because we give you free local and long distance, your own phone number, voicemail, and directory assistance. Replace your phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack for just $19.95 a year. Available at your neighborhood Best Buy.
If anyone depends on you, listen to this important message. 3 out of 4 Americans know they need life insurance, and many who have it know they don't have enough. Sound like you? How would your family get by without you? Would they lose their home or their dreams of a good education? They don't have to. You can guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through Matrix Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 75% more. Just look, less than $15 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of Americans have already contacted Matrix Direct. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For free information, call 800-236-4762 or visit matrixdirect.com. That's 800-236-4762 or matrixdirect.com.
Good crowd at Hohokam Park in Mesa, Arizona. Angels with a 1-0 lead on the Chicago Cubs. Kendry Morales batting from the right side, having an outstanding spring. .394 average, 3 home runs, 16 driven in, had 3 hits yesterday, and this is a dangerous switch hitter. Batting from the left side yesterday, had 3 hits. From the left side 3 games ago, had 4 hits, and he smacks that one to left field, and now is batting over 400.
Yeah, he's just a very good hitter, soon to be a great hitter once he gets a little bit of time under his belt this year. But a little bit untested as far as an everyday regular, but so far you see how that front side's turned in. That helps keep his weight back, a little bit of a leg cock. Almost everybody has a similar style because in order to hit, you must go back and then come forward a little bit to gain your balance.
Here is Meiser as Turris takes one inside, ball 1. And I'm really interested in how many of the Latin players will go home and continue to play baseball. Kendry Morales played AAA baseball, then with the Angels in the major leagues, then went down and played winter ball in the Dominican Republic. Almost hit 400 and had a lot of power wrecks, like 9 home runs and 100 at bats.
Yeah, you know, they're going to play while they're young, but once they get a certain age, they'll stop playing and they'll conserve themselves for the 162 grind of the regular baseball season. But it does help them stay in shape and play the grand game. Baseball, you only get better when you play it.
I think Luis Polonia is still playing.
He might be. You know, those winter leagues, they got some guys that just refuse to go home. I mean,
I thought I saw his name on a couple of winter league rosters.
Ricky Henderson would probably play if you gave him an opportunity.
It's a great game.
Ricky will be inducted this year into Baseball's Hall of Fame.
Automatic.
In August. Or is that in July? When is that?
End of July, early August. As Turris takes strike 3, and Marshall painting the outside corner gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. Angel fans, have you made your plans to be at opening night next Monday? If not, great seats are still available, and the Angels have an exciting ticket special just for you, available for opening night only. Fans can purchase 3 tickets and get 1 free in select seating areas when using the password ANGELS at the Angel Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com. And it'll be against their American League West rivals, the Oakland Athletics, and they are much improved with the additions of Matt Holliday and Orlando Cabrera and Jason Giambi and Nomar Garcia-Parra. So we got 4 with the Athletics, then 3 with the Red Sox, so get your tickets now. Good seats available. Here's Jeff Mathis. No advance by Morales.
I won't be surprised in the least if we see Mathis shoot that hole between the first baseman Lee and the second baseman Fontenot, because he's really been working on that this spring, going the other way. He's got a ton of his hits are to the right side. Waiting, seeing the ball a little bit deeper.
Rex, he said he very rarely felt comfortable last year, and he felt like he was almost jumping at the ball. And as you talked about, when you take it to right field, you're letting it get deeper.
Well, one thing that probably hurt that is the fact that he didn't play regularly every day. I mean, when Napoli was in there, you know, you sit and you lose your timing. So when he got out there, he became pull happy. He wanted to pull everything. So in his defense, he wasn't quite as regular.
Marshall has 4 strikeouts in not even 2 innings. So he continues his surge to nail down that 5 spot in the rotation.
Nice big slow curve he's been using to get some of the Angels out. See, that ball starts way up high above the hitter's head. You just see it up there, and your first tendency is to freeze as a hitter. It's a big lollipop curve.
Here is Nick Adenhart. And he's saying, how about just straight ones? Don't throw me that overhand hammer.
Right. Pitchers aren't used to hitting. But here in their National League park, they're playing by National League rules.
Marshall staying with the fastball and back-to-back strikes. 0-2 to Nick. Morales led off the inning with a base hit, and as Turris struck out looking, Mathis struck out swinging. In there, strike 3 called, so he strikes out the side and has 5 strikeouts of the first 6 outs that is recorded.
Hi, there aren't any towels in my room.
Continue.
Friendly service. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes, I hear Progressive has lots of discounts on car insurance. Can I get in on that?
Are you a safe driver?
Yes.
Discount. Do you own a home?
Yes.
Discount. Are you going to buy online?
Yes.
Discount. Isn't getting discounts great?
Yes.
There's no discount for agreeing with me.
Yeah, I got carried away.
It happens to me all the time.
Helping you save money. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Let me hit the treadmill for a bit.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hello?
This is Matt from Brinks Home Security. Are you all right?
Someone just tried to break in. The alarm scared him away.
I'm sending help right now.
Call 1-800-700-1931 now to install Brinks Home Security for just $99. Brinks sensors and detectors can alert you when trouble strikes. And the Brinks keypad is linked to award-winning monitoring centers where professionals respond quickly 24 hours a day. Call now to get the $99 installation plus a second keypad installed free. That's a $135 value. And you could save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-700-1931 now and get the system installed for just $99. Brinks Home Security. Rapid response and peace of mind for your home or business. Call now.
There's some kids who got a chance to separate themselves from that Southern California homework, and they have a chance to go see the Angels play next week against the Oakland A's, and great seats available April 7th through the 9th against the A's. Tickets available for just $3 in the entire view level, $5 lower view level, and $10 in the right and left field pavilions. Use the password VLAD at the Angels Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com to purchase tickets or for more information about this exciting opening week offer. Opening day will be at 6 o'clock. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be 7 o'clock games. Then the Angels welcome in the Boston Red Sox for games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make that first homestand a great success. Here's Aramis Ramirez. Adenhart delivers ball 1.
Okay, that's an important pitch for Adenhart this year. He's got to be able to get ahead of hitters.
He was off with his command last year.
Oh, no question. You know, he pitched 12 innings in 3 games and walked 13 batters. And that's not like him with a 9 ERA. You know what? Every young player is going to struggle when they first get there. Most of them do. But he sometimes tries to be too fine.
Misses 3-0. Ramirez has good eye. He walked 74 times last year. Adenhart came in and walked just 4, and now 20 to third innings.
That's more like it.
A strike, 3-1.
But he's got a fine delivery. They like it. He's got good poise. And you know, he'll be tested, no question, this month of April for sure. Because he's going to get a chance to get a couple starts at least. And he wants to show himself by throwing strikes. And when he gets in trouble, that's the telltale sign. How can he pitch out of jams?
He's fought his way back in the count here. Ramirez might be looking for another heater. He's gone 3 straight fastballs. Delivers another. Ramirez fouls it off as Nick got in on him. His catcher Jeff Mathis was telling me, he said he has such a loose and easy delivery that sometimes it's tough to pick up whether it's a fastball, curve, or changeup, but also the fact that his fastball has a lot of late run to it. A chopper up the middle. Kendrick backhands. Quick toss. Wow, what a play by Howie.
Angels continue to sport some leather out there. Great leaping throw by Howie as his momentum carried him all the way into left field. But the quick release and staying on top is the key for a straight throw. Watch how Howie gets rid of it and gets on top of the ball. One little Hopper Morales. Nice stretch over there. Kendry, who so far in the spring looks like he can dig the ball out of the dirt with anybody. Nice pick. We saw the Angels defense yesterday, and sure enough, last night on some of the highlight reels, we saw those plays. Ibar, Figgins, Corey Hunter.
The Angels, of course, losing a Gold Glove first baseman in Mark Teixeira, who signed with the New York Yankees in the offseason. The Angels really believed that Kendry was ready if Teixeira left the organization. And there's a swing and a miss as Mike Fontenot. He'll be the everyday second baseman for Chicago, and Aaron Miles, who they picked up from the Cardinals, will give Lou Piniella his one utility infielder who could play third, short, and second. Inside.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about their keystone combination up the middle of Fontenot and Theriot is that these guys, they played against each other in Little League, they played against each other in high school, and they were teammates in college at LSU, and they won the World Series. So they know each other very well.
Good pitch by Adenhart, and he strikes out Fontenot here.
All right, Adenhart. See that nice big high leg kick. Keeps the ball behind him pretty well. Good change up there. See, it goes down and away from the batter. With that big wind up, you know, you got to gather some momentum, but they hide that ball pretty well. Some pitches are easier to see than others. Big, tall pitchers have a lot of arms and legs coming at you. They make the better ones. Scouts love them big and tall. They like the power arms, especially Mike Soja. But he'll take somebody with some good stuff. Now, nice block there as that ball was about 4 feet short.
Nick Adenhart, just 22 years old, will be part of that 5-man rotation because of the injuries suffered by Lackey and Santana with the Angels this year. Adenhart's 1-2, and Soto swings and misses and strikes out, and Adenhart just rushed it right by him.
Mom? Mom? When are you gonna tell me what you think?
You want to join the military?
I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. I
want to make a difference, and you feel like you need to do it.
You were listening.
This isn't easy, but I'm trying.
Before the season even starts, MLB Tonight calls how it'll all end. Our MLB Network team predicts who will stay on top and who will surprise us all. MLB Tonight Prediction Show, Sunday at 2 Eastern, only on MLB Network. The free agents have signed. The rosters have been finalized. The experts have picked their favorites. This April, it's game on. Opening day. All the hope, all the determination, and all the possibilities are in play. And MLB Network takes you there. with special opening day coverage Monday. And coverage of every team and every game all season long. Hope springs eternal this April on MLB Network, our national pastime all the time.
Fox Sports West presents Angels Baseball, brought to you by Jaguar. Visit your local dealer to experience the exhilarating performance of the new Jaguar XKR. And by Waste Management. For all of your spring cleaning needs, visit dumpster.com today. Here we are in Mesa, Arizona. The Angels with a 1-0 lead. Sean Figgins with a good bunt. Marshall up with it. His throw is not in time. And Sean Figgins on for the second time.
Just a tad trouble by Marshall getting the ball out of his glove. That's what allowed Figgy in a game of inches to get his foot in there. Good hustle. See Figgy challenging him. Now watch just the hesitation as Marshall couldn't quite find the grip there. Figgy likes to get that ball down, and with that kind of speed, you know, you're going to get your share of base hits, but he would have liked to have had the third baseman field it rather than the pitcher.
John reached on the wild pitch and a strikeout back in the first inning and scored the only run on a ground out. Now Howie Kendrick, who walked his first time up. That's right, Kendrick walked. It was his 7th walk this spring in just 52 at-bats, and they've wanted to see Kendrick show more plate discipline. He only walked 12 times last year in 340 at-bats.
He's learning how to take more pitches this spring. And if he's going to hit second, he's going to have to. He'll figure a few pitches to run on, but also he can protect him too with his nice opposite field hitting approach.
Yeah, Mike said we still want guys when they get a ball in their zone to square it up. He says he thinks they're getting the understanding of the hitting zone and redefining every hitter zone is something Mickey Hatcher, his hitting coach, has been working with. Figgins goes to throw a good one by Soto, but not in time, and a steal by Sean Figgins, his 9th of the spring.
That's a good break. Howie Kendrick, he tried to protect him a little bit with a fake bunt. Sometimes that's good because the bat gets in the eye level of the catcher. But Figgy beat the throw. Good throw, but he just got under it. Nice call.
So the Angels continue to pressure teams. They've got to be number one. There's no stat in the stat sheet, but they've got to be number one on just getting guys into scoring position this spring. They're leading all of baseball in on-base percentage at almost 40. Here's Kendrick with the bunt, going foul at the last moment, so the count is 1-2.
Sean Figgins, he looked like he was thinking about stealing third base.
Hey, Rex, do you like that? Would you rather see Howie just try and shoot the ball to the right side or lay the bunt down?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he did that on his own. Howie did, but you're right. He's so good at hitting that ball to the right side. I almost prefer to see that, but he's got a chance again here to regroup. We'll see.
Marshall has struck out 5.
Taking a good lead at second.
Ground ball third, taken by Ramirez. Figgins looks, throws in the dirt, but Lee, a Gold Glover, picks it beautifully.
Okay, Ramirez gets it right before it bounces. He looks at Figgy a couple times to make sure to hold him there. Throw was a little bit short, but Derek Lee with a nice scoop.
Bobby Abreu grounded out to second base his first time up, but the Angels on a 3-2 count were running, and Figgins advanced to third. Kendrick to second base. Guerrero then came up with a ground out and knocked in the only run of the game. Angels at 23-6, the best record in baseball. They've already set the franchise record with 23 spring wins since 1993. Only the Florida Marlins have more wins in spring baseball, 26.
You know, it just depends on who you ask. Certain managers really don't care to win a whole bunch of games. I know we were talking to Lou Piniella before the game. He said he didn't really care about getting a lot of wins in spring
Wait a
training.
second, Lou. Rex, you do a good Lou Piniella impression, and I want to hear it.
Okay, he's going. I said, Lou, what do you think about the Angels' record? He goes, sometimes when a team wins like that, the players get complacent. I'd just as soon be 500.
See, perfect.
You know, I said, Lou, wouldn't you rather win games than lose games? Oh, yeah. But, you know, that's spring training. Who cares?
That sounds just like Sweet Lou. Sean Marshall to Bobby Abreu. He checks his swing on one that runs down low.
Well, Lou and I go way back to the Yankee days. He was a hitting coach for the Yankees when I broke in back in the mid-'80s.
Yeah, that didn't work out for you, did it?
No. He didn't particularly think I was a very good hitter, and I really wasn't at that particular time.
Abreu swings and skies one to center field. Figgins will likely tag. Fukudomi does have a good arm. Sean goes, though, and here's the throw by Kosuke offline, and Figgins makes it a third with 2 outs now.
You just got under that one. As I mentioned earlier, the breeze and the flags are blowing straight out to center. Not in a big gust like we've had a lot this spring for some reason, but that'll help a ball going up in this light air here in Arizona.
And what Sean Figgins did, a lot of fans might say, why would he go and take a chance with Vlad Guerrero hitting next? Because there is Sean Figgins coming down the line, because he's already in scoring position. But Sean goes, if I get to third base, even with 2 outs, I've taken away the pitcher's best pitch, his ability to throw the ball in the dirt to get a strikeout.
Well, he just did there.
Right.
You know, you can score easily on that. Vladdy being patient. On that first one, he didn't even budge.
Come on, Marsh.
To see Vladdy get a hold of one.
Missed that one, pops it up, shallow left. Terrio. That'll do it for the Angels in the third. Marshall shuts him out, and the third is given up 1 through 3.
What a pickup.
MLB Network is setting new trends with our first opening day coverage, Monday, April 6th.
The sun used to make our outdoor deck and patio space so hot and uncomfortable we couldn't use it.
But then we discovered the Sunsetter retractable awning. Our Sunsetter retractable awning opens and closes in just 60 seconds. It keeps our patio about 20 degrees cooler.
It provides instant shade and instant protection from the sun's harmful rays.
And our Sunsetter costs under $700.
But now you can get your Sunsetter for as little as $499 when you call now to get this special $200 discount certificate and free awning idea kit.
We love our Sunsetter retractable awning, and you're going to love yours too.
Sunsetter awnings are assembled in America and guaranteed to last for years. So call now to get this free awning idea kit with DVD, plus your $200 Sunsetter discount certificate.
But this is a limited time offer.
Call now.
Call now for your free awning idea kit with DVD and $200 discount certificate. There's no obligation.
1-800-303-1468.
Hi, this is Chuck Storm. I'm live at the scene where last night there was a robbery at about 3:30 in the morning. Now, police have...
Angels lead 1-0 here at Mesa's Hohokam Park. Steve Physiak with Rex Hudler, and down in the dugout we're going to be joined by Dino Ebel, the Angels' third base coach, and Nick Adenhart getting ready for his third inning of play. And Dino, wanted to ask you about the way the club is playing. First in runs scored, 7.5 runs per game. First in walks and first in on-base percentage. I mean, you've got to be icing your shoulder about pinwheeling guys home.
It feels good, Fizz. The guys are doing a great job, and Mickey's working hard with these guys. They're making great adjustments, and looking forward for them to carry it on in the season.
Now, being a major league coach, you've also done it at the minor league level, as a base hit is struck by Ryan Terrio to right field. But Dino, throughout this organization, the aggressiveness, the pressure that the Angels put on defense, it's taught from rookie ball all the way up.
Yes, it is. It's from day one. Mike gets everybody together on the staff, and these guys from Arizona League all the way up to Salt Lake, including our ball club, is that Mike wants us to be aggressive, go first to third, and get every opportunity we can to be in scoring position. And our guys do a great job starting day one in spring training.
Dino, you know, we had a great segment with you yesterday as you were given the steal sign, and you were seeing as the sacrifice bunt attempt there is fouled off. But Dino, it was interesting, and it brought back some memories now. You know, I was telling the fans how easy it is to change a sign if you have an indicator, you know, and if a player is traded or you move somebody on, simply all you have to do is just change the indicator or the hot spot, right?
You're right, Hud, and it happens. And our guys, throughout the season, we change our signs if we think somebody might have a key on us. But you know, it's tough for myself because I got about 4 sets of signs with 4 different players. So if somebody's keying on me, it's going to be tough to get our signs.
And Dino, how about the defense? The Angels with 2 pickoffs today, one by Mathis, now one by Nick Adenhart. We saw 4 marvelous plays yesterday. You've got to be excited about the D.
No doubt about it. And these guys, I'm telling you, they're working hard day in and day out. Our PFPs, and you know, in the mornings we do our fundamentals, and they're bringing it out in the ball game, and you know, they're carrying it over.
Dino, how hard is it to look at Mike Scioscia and find him in the course of different ballparks? You know, they're all different. They all have, you know, different areas. Now, you have, with that third base box, you have to get the signs from Scioscia, so you have to make eye contact directly with him.
Right, and that's one of the reasons why you don't see me wearing sunglasses, because I want Mike to know when I'm looking at him, he knows I'm on him, and he makes himself visible in the dugout and all, you know, in our park and on the roads. He makes sure he sits where I can see him, and we have no trouble picking each other up.
Adenhart strikes out Marshall, and Dino, here's the pickoff that Adenhart had to get Ryan Theriot.
Just a really quick feed.
Yes.
Theriot looked like he was wanting to get off a little bit before he saw the move, but Dino, can you talk a little bit about Adenhart and the opportunity he's going to get this April is going to be really huge for him, isn't it?
No doubt about it, and you know, he's ready. He's been working hard this whole spring training, and you know, working on his command, and he's carrying it over, and I know we're excited to have him.
Dino, you told me that some of the guys down at Class A ball, one of the things that the Angels want to convince them as a coaching staff is not being afraid of getting thrown out. That is a learning experience. You want them to what? Get good leads, and then what as they're rounding the bases, approaching the third base coach?
Yes, it all starts with their leads, their good secondaries, and again, from start to spring training, when the ball's hitting the outfield, Mike wants these guys to go first to third. Get used to, you know, coming to third base. If you get thrown out, the first guy that's going to give you a high five is Mike. So it carries. You know, there's teams in baseball where when a 3-game series, they can't wait for us to leave the park because we're so aggressive and we make things happen on the bases. Again, being aggressive, we're going to get thrown out, and most of the times they got to make a perfect throw to get us.
So in the old days, the cardinal rule, can't make the first or last out at third base. Mike pretty much throws that rule out, right?
Right out the window in Angel baseball. It's first to third. It doesn't matter how many outs there are.
Soriano swings and misses, and Dino, can you give us some signs going to commercial break? All right, the Angels with a 1-0
right
lead.
There it is.
Steal!
Lesson 1, we're never late. Make sure you're getting up over your front leg. We like to establish our dominance with a fastball. We throw inside when we have to, and we don't listen to that. Our favorite color is green and buns.
He should put a towel on.
The major leagues down to the minor details. Major League Baseball 2K9. Play ball! Rated E for everyone.
Tonight, spring training action continues as the Brewers take on the Padres live at 10 Eastern. Then at 1 Eastern, get all the day's preseason updates on another episode of MLB Tonight. It's all tonight, only on MLB Network.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The Phillies are world champions.
The Angels scored a run in the first inning on a ground out struck by Vlad Guerrero. Torrey Hunter will lead things off for the Angels against Sean Marshall, who has pitched well. On a strikeout back in the first inning, a wild pitch, and Figgins reached. He would advance to third and score on Guerrero's ground out.
Yeah, both Marshall and Adenhart have their curveball working today.
Torrey Hunter with a shot to left field and deep and gone. His 5th home run of the spring.
He didn't waste any time. He jumped on that. Looked like a hanging breaking ball. So Torrey Hunter looks like he's got some kind of power swing working this spring.
All 5 of his home runs have come this week.
Yeah, let's see what this ball does here. Yeah, it was like a little breaking ball, belt high. He knew it. He's got that little hop. See how he's got a little leg kick working this spring. He said he's been pulling that leg up to keep his hands back and then to drop it down a little bit, a la Kirby Puckett style. That's what he told us.
It's the Angels' 3rd hit of the ball game. Kevin Morales has 1, again batting from the right side, and he rips it foul. Strike 1.
Just throw another home run and add that, make it 27 home runs now in 10 games.
What was it, 8 in the one game you did before you had a chance to go back to Southern California?
Yeah, it was that wind-aided day.
7 by Kansas City, 15 in the ball game.
That was John Lackey's last spring training start there.
Yeah, there was a 26-mile-an-hour wind in that ball game, blowing out, gusting to 36 miles an hour. And John Lackey was saying, man, I gave up some fly balls that I thought were in the park, and they just kept on it going.
Yeah, and, the wind was blowing so hard, it was almost, the flags were blowing up. It was going so hard. Oh.
Morales with a shot to left center, and he hits it off the wall. Kendrick continues his great success, 2 for 2 today, batting average over 400 in spring.
It's a natural hitter. Another pitch by Marshall. That was out over the plate, and all of a sudden now, second time around, the Angels are seeing him a little bit better. Sometimes that's what it takes. Second, third time through, you start getting a gauge on a guy. And so far, the first 2 batters have. Morales is 2 for 2 again.
Ground ball, base hit through the whole right side as Turris comes through. They will hold Morales with nobody out, and the Angels have him 1st and 3rd. Nobody out in the 4th inning. Gallagher threw great for the first 3 innings, striking out 5 Angels and allowing just 1 run.
What a nice stroke. Look at Mighty Meister. He did that on purpose. You saw him. He picked that back leg up, was all on his front foot, and he kept his hands back, and he just guided it through that hole on a pitch inside. He's got very nice hitting mechanics, and he's a situational hitter. One of the Angels' best at that.
Jeff Mathis up. Struck out swinging against Gallagher back in the 2nd inning when Gallagher struck out the side. Second time through, maybe they're seeing that Gallagher breaking ball better. Ball 1. Cubs at 17, 15 and 1. They tied Kansas City yesterday 8-8. Fukudome hit a home run. Aaron Miles, and he hit a home run. Milton Bradley went 4 for 4 yesterday.
They'll have to be careful with Mathis because he's looking to drive here.
Outside, 2 balls, no strike.
2 pitches on the outside part of the plate. He's a little bit nervous now after the few big hits he's given up early in this inning.
Hunter homered. Morales doubled. His Turris singled. 6 days from today, opening day, Angel Stadium. Oakland Athletics in town, 6 o'clock start. Still good seats available for opening day, and great seats and great prices available for games Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against the A's. Some as low as $3. Ground ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Morales will score easily. Is Turris racing to third? He'll be held there by Dino Ebel. The Angels go in front 3-0.
So everybody's seeing the ball well here in the 4th inning. Nobody out. Mathis hops it by Ramirez, the 3rd baseman, and that'll score him. Move him on up. Now let's see what they ask Adenhart to do. Now There's nowhere to advance the runners. He might just try to let him swing the bat. We'll see. But I think Scioscia doesn't really like his pitchers to swing here in spring training. He says too many bad things can happen.
Remember that game, I think, no, it was Terry Smith and I doing on radio. John Lackey, who was a really good hitter in college baseball, he stood there with the bat on his shoulder all 3 pitches. And the opposing pitcher knew it. John just took him, went and sat down. Mike doesn't want him running. He doesn't want him swinging. He just wants him pitching.
No, and last time up in that strikeout by Adenhart, he just took 3 straight right down the middle. I would expect the same. There's no need to ruin anything. And in fact, they're not going to hit in the American League, so why take a chance of getting injured now?
Infield in. Adenhart takes 1 ball, 1 strike. Both these teams scoring a lot of runs this spring. The Angels averaging 7.5 runs per game. Want to keep it up against Chicago. The Cubs averaging 6.5 runs per game. That's 3rd in baseball. The Angels first, the Cubs 3rd. Marshall trying to grab that 5 spot. Zambrano, a 14-game winner last year, likely will be their opening day starter. 3-1 count to the pitcher. Ted Lilly won 17 last year. Ryan Dempster won 17. Rich Harden acquired in a trade, won 10 and only lost 2. He's got a great arm. And a lot of conversations in the offseason about the Cubs getting Jake Peavy in there. 3-2. But the top 4 guys won 58 games last year. Marshall trying to join them. He won 3 but spent some time in AAA. Outside, he walks Adenhart, the opposing pitcher, and the bases are loaded.
That'll bring out Rothschild, the pitching coach, and just say, hey, look, let's not get rattled out there. Let's keep your composure here. I know they're putting the bat on the ball here, but let's go ahead and throw some strikes.
Hey fans, spend your Easter Sunday at Angel Stadium with an exciting matchup of American League rivals as the Angels host the Red Sox April 12th. Free activities for kids include coloring Easter eggs, appearances by the Easter Bunny, and a post-game parade around the bases for kids 12 and under. Don't forget to make your Easter brunch reservations at the Home Plate Club by calling 714-940-2470. And to purchase your game tickets, visit angelsbaseball.com. So kids, if you're watching this ball game, turn to mom and dad, say Easter Bunny and baseball, Angels and Red Sox on Easter Sunday. Can I go?
That's right. We'll be there. First pitch, hacking right here if it's a good one. Wasn't.
Great block by Soto.
Yep, wasn't a good one. You normally bases loaded. Pitching coach comes out, has a little chat. Pretty much can expect a fastball right down the middle, but didn't happen. So Marshall having some command issues.
Yeah, you wonder if he's lost his release point because he only walked 1 batter prior to this inning, but he's been all over the place. He's rock solid prior to this. Figgins fouls it off sharply left side. 1-1 count. Sean 1 for 2 in the game. Dropped a bunt single his last time up. Stole second. Is Turris third. Adenhart first. Man in the middle, Jeff Mathis at second. Another chopper foul as he goes down and in.
I think Rothschild, pitching coach, probably told Marshall, hey, look, let's get the sinker down. Let's work on the sinker and get a double play here. Let's get some outs, man. He's got a good sinker. You see Figgy hitting the top of it now, last 2 swings.
Barely outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. David Patton is up in the Chicago Cubs bullpen. He's a guy Lou Piniell's very interested in, a Rule 5 pick they got in the offseason. He's warming up the right-hander. And has a chance to make the ball club in middle relief. But Marshall looking like a completely different pitcher in this 4th inning than he did in the first 3. And he is having a sparkling spring with a 1.93 ERA coming in. Figgins swings and lines it to left. That will drop. In comes 1, in comes 2, and the Angels go in front 5-0.
Yeah. Say goodbye to that ERA this spring. But He's definitely having some trouble. Still hasn't recorded an out. Figgy, nice stroke. Kept his hands in. That ball was out over the middle. Worked himself a good hitting count. Marshall had to come in there. Figgy knew it. Good stroke. Bam. Says, I'll take the 2 ribbies. Now, Aidenhart, he just almost just trotted to second base because I'm sure Socha said, easy does it over there, speedster. Take it easy.
So it's Howie Kendrick time. He's 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out. The Angels now have 3 regulars batting over 400 this late in spring. You've got the sizzling Eric Ibar, who's not playing today. He's batting 477. And Morales over 400. And Sean Figgins over 400. A strike thrown by Marshall.
You know, I don't see them not hitting, but it's not going to be
this is ridiculous.
As much as it is in spring. I'm going to tell you that, because once the bell rings, those pitchers get a little finer. They start really pitching, and it'll be a little less hitting, I'm sure.
Rex, as you know, if you have an individual who has an on-base percentage of 400, that's great. When you have a team with a 400 on-base percentage, that's
impossible.
Yeah,
that's not going to stay, but that's okay. Everybody, you know, they're getting their hacks in, they're feeling good, and there's no question this month of April for the Angels, with their pitching depleted a little bit, and some of their stars out, they're going to have to carry the pitching staff and score lots of runs for them. So this is a good sign. It is spring training, and you know that they're not going to hit at this clip. And you know, there's all kinds of sayings in the game. Save them, you know, save them for the season. But really, you know, it's good. It's good for your confidence. And Lou Piniella thinks that they get complacent, but I don't see Mike Socha's teams becoming complacent. He won't allow that.
2 on, nobody out. 3-2 to Kendrick. Swings and hits a 1-hopper to the second baseman. 1, and that's all they'll get. Aidenhart moves to third. Kendrick easily makes it to first base. Nick Aidenhart with 3 shutout innings pitching today. Part of that 5-man rotation come next week. And he will be pitching again on Sunday, which means he's in line to face the Boston Red Sox as a number 5 man in the rotation.
Well, it'd be great to see Kelvin Escobar. That'd be fun.
Escobar's going on Friday in San Diego.
Big league hitters.
Abreu takes outside and low, ball 1. Bobby today is grounded out and flied out. Came in batting .346 with a home run and 7 RBIs. This Thursday, Dustin Mosley will throw. Kelvin Escobar on Friday. Sean O'Sullivan on Saturday at the Big A. Abreu lines one back up the middle. This will score Nick Aidenhart. The Angels go in front 6-0, and Kendrick makes it all the way to third.
Batting around. Should be the 9th batter in the inning here, and Big Daddy Vladdy is certainly not a good batter to see here. Rothschild seen enough.
So a pitching change in Mesa as the Angels have jumped on Sean Gallagher in the 4th.
Today, what an opening act, huh? I think we've got a leading man and many of them.
What he made, just brought this crowd to its feet. Swing it over drive, it's safe man.
A swing, long drive, way back, it's good.
There's a new home run champion of all time.
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch.
El Presidente has painted an absolute masterpiece.
He's going.
It's coming alive. Reed to the plate. And he could end it all now with the most dramatic of flourishes.
What a performance. He is absolutely fabulous. You're looking at one for the ages here.
He is Mr. November.
This is one of the all-time great balls.
She is gone.
The Angels with a 6-0 lead in the Chicago Cubs, blowing out Sean Marshall in the 4th inning. He had pitched well. Our in-and-out burger. The man who's coming out, Sean Marshall, allowed 1 and 3 and then 5 in the 4th. He gives way to young David Patton, a 6'3" right-hander from Seattle, Washington.
Yep, we'll check it out. He's got a pretty good fastball, 88 to 94. He's a young guy with not any major league experience, but they're hopeful for him, and he's got a strong enough arm to get him through. Now, when they change pitchers in between innings, we have a microphone down there by the Cubs dugout. And you talk about how the Angels and their style of baseball going first to third and it really gets on the nerves. I heard Lou Piniella say, "We can't let him go first to third on a single to center. What the heck? Tell Fukudome to charge that ball." You know, so that's the kind of headaches that Mike Scioscia's brand of ball puts on other managers. I mean, you know, it's a distracting style of ball. That's exactly the way Joe Torre described it.
Pressures the defense all the time, and then all of a sudden you charge the ball and it skips and hops off your glove, and another guy scores from third base. Right now, you've got a runner at third base with still just 1 out. And Vladdy goes to right field. This could be deep enough for Kendrick. It will drop, and Kendrick scores easily, and there's Abreu reading it beautifully. He goes first to third.
Now they're playing him deep. Vladdy cued it off the end of his bat. First time he's ever seen the youngster, I'm sure. But Vladdy's hacking, and he gets him an RBI knock.
Abreu with a good read, though.
On the bases. Vladdy's talking to it, saying, "Get down, get down."
Guerrero with 2 RBIs today, and the Angels sending their 10th man to the plate. Earlier in the 4th inning, when Sean Gallagher started it, threw an early pitch breaking ball that hung to Torrey Hunter, and Hunter almost hit it off the scoreboard and left. That started the trouble for Sean. Now he's out. And Hunter takes a strike. Hunter on fire. 5 home runs this week.
It's good to see him heat up.
Yep.
So he homered, Morales doubled, Sturris singled, Mathis doubled, Aidenhart walked, Figgy singled. Howie Kendrick hit into an out, the only out of the inning.
Ground ball, base hit, left field. In comes Abreu to make it 7-0, 8-0.
Cubby fans here, you hear a lot of moaning and groaning going on. But you know, they've been doing this to every team they play almost every day.
Morales up for the 2nd time in this inning. He's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Scored a run in this frame. Morales with 16 RBIs for the team. Had 2 base hits from the right side of the plate. And he has more power from this side of the plate, where there's a lot of guys who come from Cuba who nobody's heard before, and then they become stars. Unieski Bentenkar for the Seattle Mariners. Certainly Alexei Ramirez, who we saw. The Angels will be wearing on their uniforms come regular season Preston Gomez, honoring him. And Preston came from Cuba back in the 1940s, and he said, you know, when Cuba becomes a free country again, it will be unbelievable, the baseball talent that will come out of that country. He said it'll be like another Dominican Republic.
Yep, you know, the weather is very, very conducive for good baseball there. It says it's better than Florida for some reason. So we're just hopeful.
Morales swings and misses, and he strikes out against David Patton.
Here come the Cubbies, excited about getting another out here. Fans. Finally an out. 2nd out.
So Patton strikes out Kendry Morales, and now will face Meister's Turris, who singled his last time up. Came around later to score. As Turris skies it to center field. Fukudome there makes the catch. The inning is over, but the Angels score 7 times in the 4th.
What's with the mini burgers? They're new BK burger shots. Watch. at those tiny little burgers. Adorable. How long have you had them?
I just got them at Burger King. They're flame broiled, just like the big ones.
Oh, I just want to squeeze them.
Squeeze away.
New BK Burger Shots. Tiny burgers, big flame broiled taste.
If anyone depends on you, listen to this important message. 3 out of 4 Americans know they need life insurance, and many who have it know they don't have enough. Sound like you? How would your family get by without you? Would they lose their home or their dreams of a good education? They don't have to. You can guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through Matrix Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 75% more. Just look, less than $15 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of Americans have already contacted Matrix Direct. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For free information, call 800-236-4762 or visit matrixdirect.com. That's 800-236-4762 or matrixdirect.com.
Nick Adenhart has a solid 8-0 lead as the Angels lead the Chicago Cubs, scoring 7 times in the 4th inning. Adenhart 3 shutout innings, so he has given up just 2 earned runs in his last 14 spring innings. Marshall threw 69, not through 3 1/3, and Adenhart saw his numbers very solid. Efficiency through 3. He'll face Fukudome, Lee, and Hoffpower here in the 4th. Adenhart's first pitch, it misses outside, ball 1. Fukudome punched a single back up in the middle. There are a lot of people who thought Nick Adenhart was the top high school pitcher in baseball. As a matter of fact, he was Baseball America's Youth Player of the Year in 2003 at the age of 17. And then tore up his elbow, had Tommy John surgery in high school that kept him from being a first-round pick. And the Angels took a chance on him, a flyer on him, and nobody thought he was really that healthy. And they selected him in the 14th round of the 2004 draft, signed by Angel scout Dan Radcliffe. And the Angels gave him almost first-round money. To left field, Abreu makes the catch, 1 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Adenhart goes to Arizona State, where the Angels have their Arizona instructional league, and so he's able to work out with the Angels, take some classes at Arizona State, and work on his elbow therapy. And he comes back, and he's like a first-round pick because the Angels signed him for $710,000, almost first-round money, because they believed in his makeup and his pitching ability.
And they're going to be rewarded for it here soon. Hopefully this April, coming up here, because he's going to get tested. But that's a good chance that they took. Sometimes you got to do that in baseball. Like the fact to go out and trade Kochman for Teixeira. That was a chance they took. But you know what? Hardy wants to win. The Angels want to win. He wants his own ring. So, you know, you try to get your manager, who's one of the best in baseball, and Mike Scioscia, you want to get him the best players possible out there. The Angels have had a lot of success at doing that.
That ball is muscled to left field, and it will drop up against the wall, and Derek Lee has his second hit of the day.
Number 6, Michael Hoffpower.
Micah Hoffpower, big guy at 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Fort Worth, Texas.
And he's in his 8th year with the Cubs in their system, so he's ready. He's another guy, another homegrown product from the Cubs. They don't have a whole lot of guys, nothing like the Angels do, but you know, once you've been down in your system for a while and you progress and you have some good seasons. And last year, heck, between the Iowa Cubs and the regular Cubs, he had 27 home runs, 108 RBIs. So we got to produce to get here.
In the air, right side, Vlad Guerrero, sunglasses down. Lee will go about a third of the way and then come back. And that's out number 2. Good pitch there to a hot Hawk Power. And now he has to face a Ramos Ramirez. Ramirez was thrown out in a wonderful play by Howie Kendrick behind second base, leaping in the air and throwing it. Nice stretch by Kendry Morales at first base to record the out. Here is Howie out of Jacksonville, Florida. If he stays healthy, he's going to have some kind of year. Last 2 years have been plagued by injuries. Ramos Ramirez goes after a pitch in the dirt. Good breaking ball. Strike 1.
Ramirez, he's got a natural uppercut swing, and he's got some power to show for it. 27 home runs in 08, 07, 26, and 38 in 06. I mean, he's a home run hitter. He's a prototypical type third baseman. Got a nice glove.
One ball, one strike. Bottom of the 4th inning, Hohokam Park. Angels scored 1 in the first and 7 in the 4th. Up the middle, that's a base hit. Lee will come around to score the first run of the ball game for Chicago, and they cut it to 8-1.
He just kind of threw his bat out there on an Aiden Hart offering. Let's see where the pitch was. It's a ball that was a little bit up. He's able to get his bat on it. Ramos Ramirez in his 10th year in the big leagues. Had a lot of time with Pittsburgh, about 4 years, and then the rest with the Cubbies.
Mike Fontenot. Talking about a kid from Louisiana. He has a Louisiana City name. He's from Slidell, Louisiana. And I know you were talking with both Fontenot and Theriot before the ball game, talking about their growing up together.
Yeah, I was asking Theriot, hey, how do you work with your new double play partner? He goes, matter of fact, I've been playing against the guy since he was in Little League, all the way on up, high school, and then we went to the same college in LSU.
One of the better college programs in the nation, and the Southwest certainly very rich, whether it's Arizona or California. Great college baseball with ASU and Arizona both in this market. Arizona about 2 hours south of Tucson.
Well, he looks like a little guy, but you know, sometimes big surprises come in small packages. I mean, in 119 games with the Cubbies last year, he hit .305 with 9 homers.
I know.
Ground ball up the middle, a base hit for Fontenot, his first of the game. Lee advances to, or Ramirez advances to second base and stays put there. So 3 hits in the inning off Nick Adenhart. Had allowed just 2 in the first 3 innings.
Well, you know, there was what, 10, 11, 12 hitters before Adenhart took the mound again. That's a quite a long time to sit.
Don't tell me running the bases wore him out.
No, I'm just saying he sat in there for a while, you know, and now he's getting a little bit too much to the plate. But again, the Cubs now, and their second time through, are starting to hit him. It's like the Angels did earlier with Sean Marshall.
Soto going after the first pitch, swing and miss.
It's not like they're pounding Adenhart. And the fact that they don't run the bases like the Angels, they pretty much go station to station. Looking for a ground ball double play here.
Well, he opens up with an 0-2 count. Scioscia loves that. Loves pitchers that get in front of the count and then finish guys off.
Well, he only needs 1 out, I guess. There are 2 outs, so scrap the double play.
Went with the fastball, just misses outside.
So our guys in the truck, Jake Cutlow, John Gonzalez, they figured about 30 minutes he sat in the dugout. Now, not counting the fact he was out on the bases, but that's a long wait.
Just barely tapped it foul, so it stays Aiden Hart's way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I guess part of your head will get suntan on it.
Well, he has an iguana as a pet.
And he keeps it on top of his head.
Well, he wants to look like his pet.
Okay. Great block by Mathis. No advance by Ramirez or Fontenot.
He's one athletic catcher, that's for sure. He's showed that last year, his ability to pounce on balls, throw behind runners. Watch this movement of his body to square it up in the middle of his chest protector.
What would you like to see him throw here? 2-2 count.
2-2. Bury another hook here.
Fastball low, so he's let Soto back in the count. 3-2. Mike Butcher, Mike Scioscia like guys to get ahead and then finish him off on one pitch. The 3-2. All 4 bases loaded. So young Adenhart will get a visit from Mike Butcher after he got in front of the count, 0-2, and then had trouble commanding his fastball. The last 3 were low and off the plate.
You got an offense that scores runs. You can afford to have an inning like this. He's got 2 outs, but you're just saying, okay, just try to keep the ball down here and have him hit it at one of your defenders.
Hey fans, on Thursday, April 9th, the Angels will be inducting the great left-handed pitcher Chuck Finley. More wins than any Angel in history, and great outfielder Brian Downing into the Angels Hall of Fame. All fans in attendance will receive a free Angels Hall of Fame inductee plaque courtesy of AT&T. Tickets for this game are now available for $3 in the view level and $5 in the lower view level when using the password VLAD at the Angels Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com. So there's all kinds of giveaways the first week. I know Tuesday they're giving away fleece blankets, and they're gorgeous items to keep you warm on a cool spring evening. Finn to win and Brian Downing. Bases loaded. Adenhart to Ryan Theriot, who's hitting over 400 this spring. Loader in there, and another 0-2 count. A good breaking ball struck to Morales. That was a great pitch. Theriot is tagged out, and no further trouble for Nick Adenhart. 1 run allowed on 3 hits. Angels lead it 8-1.
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. What? I know. Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
There's something about the freshness of Ireland that brings out the lasses. Get that clean scent from head to toe with new Irish Spring hair and body for all over freshness. New Irish Spring hair and body. Yes, sir. Hair and body.
Gillespie never gives up, even if it's an 0-2 count.
The big man taught me to be patient and wait for the right pitch.
It's perseverance that's going to make Gillespie a household name.
Howard calls it perseverance. Me, I think it's more of a gift.
Major League Baseball supports the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Here, kids learn values like perseverance.
I think Howard's a promising player. He just needs a little coaching.
Major League Baseball and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Together, we create a positive place for kids.
MLB Network is setting new trends with our first opening day coverage, Monday, April 6th.
it's time for Waste Management spring cleaning in the fourth.
No wasting in that stroke. Torrey Hunter leans back and hits the base of the scoreboard. His 5th home run in the week. He is hot.
Also had a single in that inning. Drove in 2 runs that frame. And now Jeff Mathis will lead things off as Hunter cleaning up the bases for the Angels. Jeff 1 for 2 today with a double RBI and a run scored. The Angels scored 7 runs on 8 hits, and Jeff got 1 of them as they knocked Sean Marshall, the starting pitcher, out of the game. David Patton continues here in inning number 5. Jeff skies it out of play, and it'll be strike 2. And Patton's an interesting story because he was acquired from Cincinnati for cash considerations in December. And earlier that day, he had been selected by Cincinnati in the Major League Phase Rule 5 draft. And not too often do teams who are division champions select Rule 5 guys. Mathis pops it up on the infield. Lee wants it and has it. So if he doesn't make the ball club, they've got to offer him back to the Reds. Nick Adenhart stays in to pitch. So David Patton trying to make the bullpen. Probably a 5th, 6th inning guy because they're pretty deep with Carlos Marmol, and Kevin Gregg the other day, former Angel, was named their closer.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a good arm. Adenhart not likely to take the bat off his shoulder.
Hey, he walked last time and scored a run.
That's right. That's all the production Soch wants to see.
High, 2 balls, 2 strikes, almost aiming the baseball. Patton, 24 years old, out of Seattle, went to Green River Community College. Gary Matthews Jr. has gone to the on-deck circle to hit for Sean Figgins, and the pitch in there for strike 3 called. You're right, no swings, 2 outs. Sarge Jr. coming up. He met with the media yesterday and explained his situation. He's just a very competitive guy. He wants to be a starting outfielder. He's 34 years old and wants to do it with this ball club. But Mike Scioscia has a very deep outfield, and when Abreu, Guerrero, and Hunter are your starters, those are 3 pretty good outfielders.
You know, they're not. It's nothing personal against Gary Matthews Jr. They weren't expecting him to be healthy till May. So what a team does is they go ahead and they formulate their team around that news. They didn't have any idea he was going to be able to come back as soon as he did. So they already committed to some players with some contracts, even though they've committed to him. But he's just going to have to wait his turn. And when he gets his shot, he's going to have to get hot. And every manager will play a player who gets hot.
And if Reggie Willits starts in the minor leagues, Rex, the Angels really only have 1 backup center fielder, and that's Gary.
Right. You know, they'd rather have Matthews as an insurance policy than let him play for some other team. But you know what? It's all a business, and they'll work things out. The thing I respect about both sides is that they're keeping it in behind closed doors. You know, they're not sharing their dirty laundry, and that's Scioscia's style. He says, "Hey, look, we'll talk about this stuff, but don't go tell the media any of our business."
Outside, I mean, tough decisions this time of the year. Just yesterday, perhaps a future Hall of Famer, Gary Sheffield, released by the Detroit Tigers. He's at 499 home runs and hit 5 home runs in this spring.
And they're buying out his contract, $14 million they owe him. So, you know, these are decisions that are made that what they do is they call the player in right away. First thing when the player gets in, they'll have a coach out there waiting for him, and they'll say, "Hey, manager, I'd like to see you." So then you take a couple deep swallows and you go, "Uh-oh."
Matthews rips it foul. But perhaps Sheffield could see that coming because the day before, Atlanta traded Josh Anderson to Detroit, opening up a spot for Jordan Schaefer to play in Atlanta, and Josh Anderson, an outfielder, to play for Detroit.
Well, What it is Leland has some aging outfielders, and he's going with Mike Scioscia's plan of rotating the DH. That's awesome.
Patton strikes out Matthews. The Angels go quietly in their half of the fifth.
Precision handling, high performance braking, smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hand-cooked tires.
Hi, this is Chuck Storm. I'm live at the scene where last night there was a robbery at about 3:30 in the morning. Now, police have...
MLB Tonight is going to be a lot of fun for us to be able to sit at the desk and give viewers a really good sense as to what's happening throughout the league.
We're able to break down certain plays, certain actions, and take our time doing it.
There's going to be scores, updates, highlights. You'll be able to not only follow your favorite team, but all 30 teams in Major League Baseball.
A baseball fan will never have to change the channel. They can cruise the entire Major League Baseball schedule at one sitting.
I think the uniqueness of being able to look into games live, breaking stories, breaking news items that come up, it's second to none when it comes to coverage on a nightly basis.
We can get you ready before the game. What's happening? Are there injuries? Are there guys scratched? And then post-game, we have access to interview players across the league. I don't think there's better access before, during, and after games than MLB Tonight.
I think on a daily basis, you get a chance to see something that you've never seen achieved before.
MLB Tonight. Tonight at 7 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Vladimir Guerrero's day is done. A big man today as Guerrero knocked in a couple of runs, and Vlad Guerrero will be one of a host of changes for the Angels here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Angels lead it 8-1. Nick Gaidenhart will make the pitch, and the ground ball is short. Eric Ibar, the new shortstop, throws him out, and there's one man out to start the fifth inning. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler. We're now joined by Sean Figgins, who had another great game. 2 hits, a single, a pair of singles, a stolen base, drove in 2. Figgy, you're, as Rex would say, you're getting Figgy with it. You're batting over 400. Tell me what you did in the offseason to get yourself ready and to have this kind of success early.
Just nothing different, just working hard and preparing myself like always. Really just concentrate on having good at-bats 100 out of 100% of the time, and that's something it's hard to do in this game, but you continue to do it and work at it.
Figgy, you keep evolving. I mean, last year you told us that you were going to tell everybody or show everybody you're a third baseman. You did that. Just 6 errors in 116 games was outstanding. And this year, Figgy, you said you're going to drive the ball more, and you've been doing that in the spring. You even got a homer.
Yeah, you get pitches, you work yourself to get in the hitting count, and you really want to try to do some damage. You work yourself to get to that count, and you really want to put a good swing on it and see if you can do some things to get in scoring position for these guys.
Figgy, how about Ibar batting 9th behind you? You two guys are really a catalyst for the Angels. They're batting 1st and 9th. And you know, you got the guys that drive you in. Are you expecting a lot of work on the bases this year?
Yeah, that's a good thing. You want to run. You want to continue what we're doing in spring training, and hopefully he can do that at the bottom and I can do that at the top and get on for the big boys and create a lot of runs for us.
You love going 1st to 3rd because it puts constant pressure on the defense.
Yeah, it's something that our whole team do. We got on Bobby Brayu the first day. He didn't go 1st or 3rd on one. We said, hey, that ain't how we do it here. You go 1st or 3rd. We know you got a lot of years in the big league, but you go 1st or 3rd. You set it up for the next guy.
Figgy, can you talk about throwing the ball across the diamond to Kendry Morales this year? Now, he's a new first baseman, but how's his digging skills? How's he look over there for you?
He's doing good. The best part about it, he works hard at every day. He has Fredo to give him extra balls so he can work on it. And that's something real important for young guys coming up to always want to work. The more work you get at it, the more used to it you get in the game, and that's something big for us.
Sean, do you miss Garrett Anderson?
Yeah, a whole lot. He's one of those guys that brings a presence to the team that he doesn't have to say anything, but a lot of guys watch him and see how he goes about doing his business. That's why he's a potential, hopefully, Hall of Famer.
Reggie Willits chasing this one, and it will reach the seats in foul territory. And Sean, you're now kind of in a leadership role, and younger guys are coming to you to watch the way you play and the way you approach the game. Are you there the way Garrett was there for you?
Yeah, I think I'm a little more vocal than Garrett. Garrett kind of he took you to the side and talked to you one-on-one, whereas I kind of talk to these guys all in the group. That way we're all on the same page, because we got some special things going on here, and the best part about it is you do have a group of guys in AAA and in the big leagues that can play, and it's always a good thing to be able to have guys to come out and do some things and be ready to play at any time.
Figgy, with the pitching a little bit shy this April, it's important. You guys have been scoring a lot of runs here in spring training. Now, you don't expect the runs to keep up like this when the bell rings, do you?
Well, I don't expect it, but I hope it's going to happen. And I think everybody in this dugout can continue to swing the bat and have good at bats. I think that's going to be huge for us, just to continue to do it.
Lee rips one to left field. This will drive in a run, making it an 8-2 ball game. And Derek Lee cruises into second base with his second double and third hit of the game. Well, Sean, thank you very much for joining us. We'll let you hit the showers and get a good rest later today.
Thanks, Figgy.
Thanks. Hey, Mom and Dad.
There you go.
He's getting Figgy with it, Mom.
Hi to Mom and Dad, who played for his softball team, Roots.
What a player.
Back in Florida.
Man, it's going to be exciting, especially with those guys hitting behind him. Figgy's going to have an off-the-charts season.
He comes from a baseball family. He said that was the #1 sport. Even though Sean, at 5'7", played off guard on his high school basketball team and averaged like 20 points a game, he said baseball was our family sport. He said, my mom was our third baseman, and even as a little guy, they would stick me out in the outfield with a glove. He goes, obviously I was like 3 years old, and they'd just have me out there, but he fell in love with the game.
Well, he's still little, but man, does he play big.
Yep.
Cheese and crackers. What a player.
Micah Hoffpower. Aiden Hart trying to go 5. He'd like to at least go and throw 90 pitches today. Threw a lot in the 4th inning when he faced 7 batters and gave up his first run. Power takes a breaking ball in there. Strike 2. Nick got the first 2 Cubs out in this inning. Gathright on a ground out to short, and Soriano on a ground out to first. Fukudomi tripled. Lee doubled him home. Hoffbauer, a little tapper. Aiden Hart gloves. Nice play. Inning over. Chicago scores 1 and a pair of extra base hits. 8-2 Halos.
Lesson 1. We're never late. Make sure you're getting up over your front leg. We like to establish our dominance with a fastball. We throw inside when we have to, and we don't listen to that. Our favorite color is green and buns.
He should put a towel on.
The Major League's down to the minor details. Major League Baseball 2K9. Play ball! Rated E for everyone.
If anyone depends on you, listen to this important message. 3 out of 4 Americans know they need life insurance, and many who have it know they don't have enough. Sound like you? How would your family get by without you? Would they lose their home or their dreams of a good education? They don't have to. You can guarantee those you love $200,000, $500,000, $750,000 or more with life insurance through Matrix Direct. We'll help you get more for your money, up to 75% more. Just look, less than $15 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. No wonder millions of Americans have already contacted Matrix Direct. The call is free, the quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For free information, call 800-236-4762 or visit matrixdirect.com. That's 800-236-4762 or matrixdirect.com.
Torrey Hunter's day is done, grabbing his bats and heading to the clubhouse to take a shower, saying so long to the Chicago Cubs, and he has a little rap about it.
My name is Torrey. I'm going to tell you this story. I can't float and I'm out the door. I got to go. See ya.
What news?
Rex, he is a piece of work.
What will we hear next? He's great. And he had a nice day again today. Hit a big home run, his 5th home run of the week.
You know, there are those who think of that stuff but never do it. He has no shyness about him. And you go, hey, Torrey, how about this? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, fresh is the morning dew.
Yeah. He has a little bit of you in him.
Oh.
You have a little bit of Torrey.
No. Hey, look, he's in a different league than I am, especially as a player, man. He's a lot of fun. And
personality, though.
Yeah, sure he does.
Grand game of baseball. And here we go. And we've got a new pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. And that man will be Aaron Heilman, who was picked up from the Seattle Mariners. He only spent like a week with the M's as he came from the Mets to the M's and then traded to the Chicago Cubs. Heilman, good size, 6'5", 227, 30 years old, out of Logansport, Michigan. He was a star at Notre Dame as a pitcher. Facing Juan Rivera for the first time. Juan Rivera, he'll be part of that group of 6 outfield with Willits, Matthews, Rivera, Abreu, Hunter, Guerrero. Rivera takes down low and inside. He could be the opening day designated hitter for the Angels. One big time power, but Gary Matthews Jr. now playing center field for the Angels as Hunter left the ball game as Torrey went 2 for 3 today. Drove in a couple with a home run, his 5th this week. But yesterday we had Torrey Hunter on and he interviewed his friend and teammate Howie Kendrick, and it was so popular, we had so many calls, people wanted to see it again. So let's go to that Howie Kendrick interview with the master interviewer Torrey Hunter.
What's up? I'm Torrey Hunter, and we're going to find out a little bit more about Howie Kendrick. Howie, how you doing, man? You just had a child, man. How does that change your life?
You know, it's drastic. You know, going home every day, seeing someone that you created, and just trying to have fun. You know, he looks like me, so you know, every day I go home, I'm looking at his face, and I'm like, man, you know, it's kind of strange.
That's pretty sad. He looks like you. We want to know, you know, what is some of your activities you do off the field, away from the game, to relax your mind? What do you do with your family or with yourself?
You know what? Personally, I like to play golf and then RC cars. I definitely like messing around with the RC cars, get home, and you know, I do a little bit of that, mess around with my English Bulldogs. So, you know, just a little bit of different things.
Yeah, I heard you have a lot of old school cars. You really want to get into those things?
You know, I have one that's being built right now. You know, I know you got a 64 Impala, so I'm just trying to get up to your level, you know, and just, you know, I have a 67 C10 pickup truck, so I'm just trying to catch up with you, Mr. Hunter.
You actually passed me, son. Well, you know, I mean, how's your spring coming so far? I mean, you've been swinging the bat pretty well. You're one of the best hitters on the team, man. You hit the ball hard, flush all the time, buddy. You're pretty good. You're awesome. How do you feel?
I feel great, but don't tell the other team that, you know, right now. So we're just going to go into the season. Everybody's swinging the bat well. I'm just going to try to relax and follow your lead. And, you know, I can't really follow your lead because you've been hitting home runs. So, you know, I'm just going to try to keep it in the park.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, hey, this is Howie Kendrick. And no, I'm not Howie Kendrick. I'm Torrey Hunter. But this is Torrey Hunter interviewing Howie Kendrick. It went pretty well. See you next time.
Torrey Hunter with Angels second baseman Howie Kendrick. They both had terrific springs. Hunter hitting 5 home runs the last week, and Kendrick came into this game hitting .365.
I loved when Howie Kendrick said, you know, the baby looks a lot like me in Torrey's face. He looks, oh, that's beautiful. They have a lot of fun in that clubhouse.
Howie with his beautiful wife Jody. They delivered the birth of their first child on December 25th, and it came a little bit early. That was their best Christmas present ever. There's Howie and Jody with new son Owen. Looks like Howie. Owen saying, I wish I looked like Mom. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Here's Rob Quinlan. Quinlan up for the first time. He's hitting in Abreu's spot. We're now in the 6th inning. The Angels with an 8-2 lead. Adenhart has gone 5 innings and given up 2 runs. Still nothing doing in the Angels bullpen, so we assume that Adenhart will come out for the 6th inning. And this time of the year, the Angels, what they're trying to do with Mike Scioscia is get guy extended work. It's like Joe Saunders threw 92 pitches yesterday, but he reported a tired arm, and a lot of times guys will have that this time in spring ball.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything to be alarmed about.
Quinlan, I'll tell you what, he could take 3 weeks off, go on vacation, come out, and get base hits.
Oh, what a stroke. Right back up the middle. It's Heilman. He'll throw that fastball anywhere in the low 90s. Try to sneak one by Quinlan right there. Quinlan with a short, quick swing. That's perfect. I tell you, that feels good when you're a hitter. The ball goes right back where it came from. You are right on the ball. You can't hit it any better. Good feeling.
Quinlan, a veteran, he'll be a pinch hitter coming off the bench, can play the corners on the infield, corners on the outfield. Now Reggie Willits is hitting in Vlad's spot. Eric Ibar will be next, hitting in Hunter's spot.
Heilman also will mix in a split finger, it'll change up the slider.
Aaron was acquired by the Cubs as part of the deal that sent infielder Ronnie Cedeno and left-handed pitcher Garrett Olson to the Aaron's back in late January. Willits down 0-2. Lou Piniella was telling us that Heilman likely will be his 6th, 7 inning guy. Marmol likely for the 8th, Gregg for the 9th. A little slow roller to second base. Pogno up with it, throws out Reggie, advancing to second base. Rob Quinlan, 2 outs now in the 6th. And the batter will be the sizzling Eric Ibar. He put together a stretch going 8 for 8th, and finally they got him out, so 8 for his last 9. And Ibar hitting .477 this spring, leading the Cactus League. Matt Brown has moved to the on-deck circle.
Yeah, we're not seeing as much of Brown and Pettit and some of those guys that were early on for the Angels is because Mike Scioscia is starting to get his regulars back in there and give them regular at-bats and let them go fairly deep in the game, at least 3-4 at-bats, as he wanted to make sure he didn't tax the veteran players. Long spring this year.
You guys want to know where he's not supposed to.
Ibar, switch hitter, batting from the left side. Quinlan with the lead at second base. And Ibar slugs it towards right. Clip Anderson back at the track, pulls it down, and that will end the 6th inning for the Angels. They take an 8-2 lead to the bottom of the 6th in Mesa.
Welcome everyone to this MLB Tonight update. I'm Greg Amsinger. It's been a busy day in Detroit as one key player has been sent to the DL and another has been sent packing. The Tigers have decided to give Gary Sheffield his outright release. The move comes just a day after the Tigers acquired outfielder Josh Anderson in a trade from the Atlanta Braves. Detroit is on the hook for the remaining $14 million on Sheffield's contract. Meanwhile, Tigers starting pitcher Jeremy Bonderman has been placed in the DL with tightness in his right shoulder. Bonderman struggled in his most recent outing on Sunday, lasting just an inning and a third while giving up 3 runs and a pair of homers to the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta inked their all-star third baseman Chipper Jones to a 3-year contract extension. The deal will keep Jones in Atlanta through the 2012 season and could be worth as much as $61 million over the next 4 seasons. Chipper went .364 at the plate for the Braves last season, earning him his first career batting title. The Yankees announced today that Alex Rodriguez is still about 2 weeks away from rejoining the team. GM Brian Cashman said Rodriguez will likely report to the team's training base in Tampa sometime mid-April and has set a target date of May 15th for his return to the Yankees. That's it for right now. My name is Greg Amsinger. Keep it right here. MLB Tonight coming up right after the game on MLB Network.
Time now for Lexus's Pursuing Perfection.
Look at that snap throw by Mathis. Got Fukudome sleeping over there. He slipped off the back. Morales with a quick tag to the hiney. And then, what a play by Howie Kendrick up the middle. And then another pickoff. Man, I'll tell you what, it's every day the Angels are doing something on defense to help support that pitching staff, and that's a welcome sight.
Nick Adenhart in for his 6th inning of work. First pitch to Ramos Ramirez popped up to center field. Gary Matthews Jr. takes care of it, and 1 out. Adenhart, through 3 shutout innings, gave up a run in the 4th and in the 5th. And the Angels with a completely new defense, with the exception of Jeff Mathis behind the plate. Gary Matthews Jr. staying in the game to play center field last inning, working with Juan Rivera in left. Matt Brown becomes the new first baseman. Reggie Willits, the new right fielder. Turris moves from short to second. Ibar's the shortstop, and Quinlan is the new third baseman. Here is Mike Fontenot. He 1 for 2, struck out swinging against Adenhart in the 2nd.
Adenhart now with his 83rd pitch just thrown. He's getting a good workout today.
So this should be it, because Mike Scioscia would like to see between 90 and 100 in there.
Oh, but you know, you really like to see a young guy in the middle innings, and actually it's late for him. Most of the games now in the big leagues, they expect you to go 6 innings, and with that bullpen of the Angels, that's what you're going to see. He's looked strong.
Matt Brown has it, gives it to Nick. That's the 2nd out of the 6th inning. The Angels likely will have that rotation of Saunders, Weaver, and then Nick Adenhart, along with Dustin Mosley and Shane Lukes. Remember, the Angels, without John Lackey, received a cortisone shot earlier last week. And Doc Yoakum was encouraged by the MRI results. They're waiting until the middle of the week to see how the elbow calms down. Irvin Santana making very good progress. Likely will miss the first month of the season, but he's already doing long toss, and they hope that he's on the mound later this week.
There might be some fans out there that aren't really sure what a cortisone shot is. What's that? Well, it's a medicine that calms the muscle tissue. It's like an anti-inflammatory. It calms it down, makes it feel better.
How many have you had?
Oh, man, I had a ton of them.
But you said Dr. Louis Yoakum was the best administering them.
Oh, man, great hands by the doc.
Here's Soto with a swing and a miss.
I had that plantar fasciitis when I was with the Giants before I joined the Angels back in '94, and they shot me up every week so I could play. Man, it hurt. I grabbed that table and I went, okay, doc, go ahead. And, ooh, man, it was like sticking a knife in my foot, and that hurt so bad. And then I joined the Angels, and I grabbed the table like the same way I did with the Giant doctor, and I go, okay. I was already gritting my teeth. Go ahead, doc. And he said, I'm done. I said, what? I didn't even feel it. Then he turned me over and gave me one on my hip. Didn't hurt either. The doc is the best in the world, no question.
Well, he was very impressed with Irvin Santana's progress. And he's hoping to get on the mound. Kelvin Escobar, he will start on this Friday. Ground ball struck to Rob Quinlan. Fair ball, long throw, got him. So Adenhart goes 6, allows just 2. Good job by the youngster.
Tonight, spring training action continues as the Brewers take on the Padres live at 10 Eastern. Then at 1 Eastern, get all the day's preseason updates on another episode of MLB Tonight. It's all tonight, only on MLB Network.
My first week home was great. We had a party, small party.
2 o'clock in the morning, they were waiting for me.
My niece was waiting for me at the airport with a sign and balloons.
There was a huge sign across my front house, and it said, "Welcome home, Megan."
They lifted me up on their shoulders, and
First week back, people just said thank you. They just said thank you.
A new generation of veterans is coming home. Make a difference for them at welcomebackveterans.org.
The free agents have signed. The rosters have been finalized. The experts have picked their favorites. This April, it's game on. Opening day, all the hope, all the determination, and all the possibilities are in play. And MLB Network takes you there with special opening day coverage Monday. And coverage of every team and every game all season long. Hope springs eternal this April on MLB Network.
chance of a lifetime for Luis Gonzalez.
And a little blooper. Great deal. Diamondbacks win. They're the world champions. Gonzalez did it. The Diamondbacks have unseated the New York Yankees as the world champions.
Fox Sports West presents Angels Baseball, brought to you by your Southern California Buick Pontiac GMC dealers. Beautiful look north of Phoenix, Arizona, and Sedona. And here we are in Mesa, Arizona. The Angels enjoying an 8-2 lead. A terrific performance against a hot offense by Nick Adenhart with the wind blowing out, and Adenhart just gave up 2 runs in 6 innings.
Yeah, you know, most of the Chicago Cubs regulars were in there, at least through 5 innings, so it wasn't like he was facing any of the younger players. But he looked good. Good slow curve, and started spotting that fastball.
Luis Vizcaíno is the new pitcher for Chicago, 5'11", 210 pounds, 34 from the Dominican Republic. He's a veteran, 9th year in the big leagues. Acquired from Colorado back in January for Jason Marquis and cash. Matt Brown will lead things off for the Angels. He's having a terrific spring. New catcher is Carlos Perez. Hoffpower moves from right to first base. Nate Sampson is the new second baseman for Chicago. Jonathan Moda, the new third baseman. And the outfield, Nelson Perez in left, Joey Gathright in center, Cliff Anderson in right.
Well, everything Matt Brown touches with his bat goes for a base hit. Let's see if it continues. He's had one heck of a spring offensively. He's done everything they've asked of him, even starting to play some first base for some insurance in case Morales something happens to him. He'll be able to be slotted right in there. Is he still hitting about 400, Fizz?
525.
Sorry, Matt.
21 hits and 40 at bats.
Yeah.
17 RBIs.
Yeah, I cut you short 100 points.
But here's the thing, Rex. There's no room in the inn.
Wow, it's tough. Tough league. Tough team to break into.
And he is a major league third baseman. We remember the first time we saw him, Kelvin Escobar was going for his first shutout as an Angel. And Matt Brown just made a remarkable play defensively to throw him out and get the final out for Escobar.
That's the first time I've seen him out all spring.
Good pitch by Vizcaíno, and Matt Brown takes a look at it. So Meiser is Turris. Now at second base, the batter. Vizcaíno's pitch to his Turris in there for a strike. And Rex, what's it like to be patient and want so badly to play in the bigs?
Oh, it's tough, Fizz. It really is painful year after year, and especially when you keep putting up good numbers down there and you're on a championship caliber team, so there's no room up on top. But you have got to stay positive. You can't put your head down and tuck it in and say, oh, you know, I'm not making the team again. You got to stay up, keep putting numbers out there, and realize that not only are you playing for the Angels, but you're playing for yourself and other organizations to always see you. So, you know, your goal is to get to the big leagues. It doesn't necessarily mean with the parent club you're playing for. So you just stay on it and then keep attacking and don't put your dauber down.
Is Turris with the line drive base hit to right center field, and Meiser has his second hit of the day. Going for 2. There's the throw, and it's a little off line, and Meiser has himself a double.
So, you know, like, just these action players that Socia has, any ball hit to an outfielder's left or right, they're so fast out of the blocks, they're going to put the pedal to the metal, and they're going to pressure you. I mean, that's a great heads-up single. He turned that into a double with just all-out hustle and speed. Meiser, he's a guy who's waited his turn, you know, to be a big leaguer. Most guys, they'll have to wait 3 or 4 years. Position players, sometimes longer. Brandon Wood, you know, there's no room for him. I think he's ready this year, but he's got to wait a little bit longer. So, that's just, you got to bide your time. Don't pop off. That's a big thing. Don't say anything to the media or anything like that. Just keep your mouth shut and go do your job, and eventually the cream does rise to the top.
Mathis with the RBI double back in the 7-run 4th inning. In there.
So, you know, if you quit and go home, hang with them.
Rex, I don't think there'll be many players who did what you did in professional baseball. 10 years in the minor leagues and 10 years in the major leagues. That's patience, determination.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It was a tough road, but you know, Fizz, when you turn down the greatest football institute in the world, Notre Dame, they were national champions at the time. I always look back and said, Hud, you got to make it, man. You can't give up.
The ball skips off the glove of Perez and moving to third base. Meiser is tourist. Now Jeff Mathis can knock home a run with a ground out.
Looks like the young catcher had that one in his back of his webbing there, right at the tip of the webbing, and it just kind of went through it. Vizcaíno throws pretty hard.
Let's see if they bring the infield in.
He had that.
They will bring the infield in.
Come on, Louis.
Mathis takes it low. It's like Fernando Rodriguez down in the Angels bullpen. He's done with his warm-ups, obviously, as he's bouncing the ball off the inside of his elbow.
Some pretty good tricks there.
Yeah, sure was.
You twirl that ball for a living, you get pretty good at it.
And you twirl it for a living doing interviews. Here's the pitch, and Mathis takes outside. Vizcaíno with good stuff. He has been really tough against right-handers. Last year with Colorado, right-handers only batted 170 against Luis. And that was the 6th lowest mark in the National League. He walked him. How about that? He was ahead 0-2, fought back in the count, works it full, and now walks him. And Aiden Hart's going to swing again. Mike apparently going, you know what? He's not at the pitch limit that I want, so let's keep him in there. Nick Adenhart has allowed 2 runs in 6 innings in Mesa, Arizona, with the wind blowing out against an offense that's been averaging 6.5 runs per game.
Pretty impressive, keeping him in there.
Strike one. It's been impressive. He threw 3 shutout innings, gave up a single run in the 4th, a single run in the 5th, and both came with 2 outs. It's Torres from 3rd, Mathis from 1st. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels expected to win the American League West. The Cubs expected to win the National League Central. They won 97 games last year, the most wins in the National League, and lost to the Dodgers in the division series. Up high.
You know, you would think that it would be easy to throw a strike to a guy who's not taking the bat off his shoulder. Okay, Adenhart hadn't swung all day, and they walked him once. But that's how hard it is. You know, it's just not automatic. You go up there and throw 3 strikes in a row. But Rothschild wants to see it. He's got him at dinner date. He wants to get to it. He's getting on him.
Hey, Angel fans, have you made your plans to be at opening night? That's April 6th, this coming Monday. If not, great seats still available. The Angels have an exciting ticket special just for you. It's available for opening night only. Fans can purchase 3 tickets and get 1 free in select seating areas when using the password ANGELS at the Angel Stadium ticket window or angelsbaseball.com. And make sure you visit the team stores. Great deals there. Great Angel gear. You want to get your 2009 new gear. A's in town for 4, 6 o'clock on Monday, then 7 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then the Red Sox to follow over the weekend. Adenhart takes, and he'll walk back.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'll tell you, Rothschild said, hey, look, just lob it in there and throw a strike. Let's go. The guy's not hitting. Let's move the game along.
Mike Socials already has 3 starting pitchers wounded. Doesn't want Adenhart hurting himself, swinging the bat or running the bases. His job, execute pitches. He had a smile on his face like, Rob, how'd you like my at bat? Gary Matthews Jr. now.
Oh, Matthews.
Matthews struck out swinging his first time up. He hit for Sean Figgins back in the 5th. Figgy went 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and a steal. Lou. How about Chipper Jones signing a 3-year deal? He will finish his career as a Brave.
Like that. Quality player and individual.
What a professional hitter.
Ooh,
it was great watching him last year. He was hitting like 400 in June. Matthews loses his bat, fouls the ball off.
Watch out over there, Alan Trammell. Matt Sinatra. Lou Piniella. Brass in spring training, the coaches and managers sit outside of the dugout. And I think mainly because there's so many guys in there early in the spring, they just move on out of the dugout. Plus it gives them a bird's eye view, but you got to be careful too. A lot of foul balls come back there.
We hope to have you down there tomorrow.
You mean I'm going to get to go sit by the manager, Mike Scioscia?
I know that is in Mr. Cutlow's plans, our brilliant producer.
Well, the fans love that. I've had so many comments from we've done this before in the spring where I get to go down there and Mike lets us down there and I sit there with the microphone and ask him what's coming and what are you doing, what signs are you giving to Dino, and you know, it really brings the people down on the field.
Gary Matthews Jr. here with a 1-2 count. It's a lot of the fun you can have during spring training. We've had wonderful interviews today with Dino Ebel. We had him with Bobby Abreu yesterday, and obviously Torrey Hunter has been hilarious. A lot of personalities in that clubhouse. And the Angels, particularly led by their skipper, he's very good at leadership and team building. He will have some of the younger players do charts, posters, and put them in the clubhouse. They're the younger players. He'll have guys go to the zoo and say, okay, you guys have to take pictures of the South American yak. I want proof of it, so they'll get photographs and then they'll bring them in.
Yep. He told Freddie Sandoval one year to go test drive a Z, some kind of Z Corvette, some kind of fancy $100,000 Corvette, and they wouldn't let him test drive it. So he talked to the salesman, hey, look, can I sit in it? Okay, they let him sit in it. Then, hey, can we just push it? Can I start it? And so they let him drive it for like 3 feet. And so then he got out and he goes, wow, that's a great riding car. And they had it on tape, so, you know, it looked like he drove it. But they have fun. They laugh. That's the key to success in almost anything you do.
Last year, Mike Scioscia asked a young player, Hanley Stacia, who's from the island of Curacao, a very small island in the Caribbean, if he'd ever been fishing. And he said, no. And he said, you live on an island and you've never been fishing? And he said, here's what I want you to do. I want Sean Figgins and Garrett Anderson to take you fishing. And Figgy, here's the camera, you get the pictures. And they put together, and then Hanley Stacia had to do posters of their fishing experience. It was hilarious poster. And Sean said that his favorite picture was Garrett Anderson sleeping under a tree.
It's all part of fishing.
Yep. But it's all part of team building as well. Down low.
Good at bat by Matthews. He took some good rips. Vizcaino didn't want to come into him.
Rex, you've been a part of so many clubhouses, so many managers. Is Mike unique and special in the way he does that, the way he has his team meetings every morning? You and I will be sitting outside. Obviously, the doors are closed, but we'll hear this laughter erupt.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. I never played for a manager that had that type of team-building skills and those type of ideas. Now, usually when a manager will address the team, he'll crack a few jokes and stuff, but that was as far as it would go. Because there was a lot of old-school managers. You forgot I'm old. But, you know,
I didn't forget that.
Well, Yogi Berra was my manager, and Billy Martin and Earl Weaver, Joe Torre, a little
You're
bit
that
St.
old?
Louis, and Whitey Herzog. They all had their own way, but none of them have Scioscia's way. Angels are so much better with With a skipper like that, of course, they gave him a great long-term contract.
Vizcaino in trouble here in the 7th inning came on, and he is expected to be one of their setup guys this year, and falling into trouble, giving up a 1-out double to his tourist, then walking Mathis, striking out Aidenhart, but walking Gary Matthews. Juan Rivera at the plate, second at bat. Juan checks his swing, it rides outside. Rivera signed a 3-year deal with the Angels in the offseason.
Come on, Louie. What's amazing with the Yankees is
Vizcaino definitely slowing the game down.
You know, they give Sabathia a $250,000.
Runners on.
All right, we'll jack up beer prices.
And they're not going to be trying to steal. It's basically mano with Vizcaino against Rivera. The pitch taken for a strike.
A good little slider. Fastball slider is mainly what we've seen. But there's nowhere to steal, Fizz. There are halos all over the pond.
I mean, he can pitch from the full windup. He doesn't have to worry about from the stretch. He's going from the stretch because that's what he's most comfortable with coming out of the pen. Barely outside. Full count, 3-2. He walked Matthews on a 3-2 count.
Hey, Juan's got a good eye, just a little off the plate. Right here. We'd like to see Vizcaino challenge him at spring training. Go ahead, your fastball against Juan's best swing.
And Rivera ropes it to left. In comes the left fielder Perez with a diving catch. So the Angels leave him loaded, still take a 6-run lead to the bottom of number 7.
The countdown to opening day is in full swing, and regular season moves front and center on MLB Tonight. Full coverage of your team, every team, and how they all fit into the big picture, plus breaking news, roster moves, and TV's best baseball analysis from former players who really know the game. As opening day nears, there's no better place to stay on top of all the action. MLB Tonight. Tonight at 7 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Sports are great for a kid's body. Steroids aren't. They can ruin tendons in legs and arms. Steroids can stunt bone growth and increase the chances of liver cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Steroids don't make great athletes. They destroy them. Talk to your kids. Need help? Get help. Visit drugfree.org.
I ask you, what does a walk-off homer look like in the box score? A bunch of little numbers? That's not baseball. Little numbers in a newspaper is Sudoku or whatever you call it.
Your team's games are home games with the MLB Extra Innings package, no matter where you live. Follow your fantasy roster and get games in high def with MLB Extra Innings enhanced viewing features. Welcome to baseball heaven. Get MLB Extra Innings from your video service provider. Call and order today.
Before the season even starts, MLB Tonight calls how it'll all end. Our MLB Network team predicts who will stay on top and who will surprise us all. MLB Tonight Prediction Show, Sunday at 2 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Fox Sports West presents Angels Baseball, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Utility and comfort meet in the all-new Venza. Available now at your Southern California Toyota dealers. We come to you from Mesa, Arizona, where Dancing with the Stars comes to the Cactus League. These Cubs fans coming out to shuffle out and dance and sing, "Take me out to the ball game." And they're honoring, of course, the great one, Harry Carey.
It didn't get any better.
No.
It was so fun.
Bottom 7 we go. Aidenhart face Ryan Theriot. Then Gathright is next. He's already thrown 90 pitches. And Fernando Rodriguez has been warming up in the Angels' pen, so we'll see how many batters Mike Scioscia has in face. Theriot 1 for 2 today. Ground ball sharply struck Ibar. 1 out.
All right, Nick Aidenhart. Nice outing.
2 runs allowed in 6 1/3.
Oh, he's looked really good.
So Scioscia will keep him out there for the left-hander, Joey Gathright. He's had everything going, commanding that fastball really well. Jeff Mathis was telling me about the loose arm action he has where he has late life, it runs or sinks or sometimes cuts.
Yeah, it's that last-minute movement that really fools a hitter sometimes, and he sees it, and he wants to swing, and he goes, oh, nope, leave it alone. But that's why throwing strikes is key. Got strike 1 on a speedy Gathright. Nice.
Winland in on the edge of the infield grass, respecting Gathright great speed.
So fastball changeup combination there. Pulled the string on Gathright.
What would you come back with?
I'm going to go ahead and finish him off. He's not a threat to go deep. I'm going to go ahead and throw him up a high strike. Challenge him. He's kind of a slap hitter. Guys like that, you can challenge.
So he went fastball, change, fastball, come back, change here?
Why not? Depends on what he wants to work on. Mathis is calling the game back there for him.
In there with the fastball, right at the knees inside corner. Joey didn't like the call. And here comes Soch. He's coming out to get Nick.
Great job.
Really did well. 6 2/3, and Aidenhart has allowed just 4 earned runs his last 18 innings. So getting better as spring training gets to a close. Good job by the youngster from Williamsport, Maryland.
The MLB Tonight is going to be a lot of fun for us to be able to sit at the desk and give viewers a really good sense as to what's happening throughout the league.
We're able to break down certain plays and take our time doing it.
There's going to be scores, updates, highlights. You'll be able to not only follow your favorite team, but all 30 teams in Major League Baseball.
A baseball fan will never have to change the channel. They can cruise the entire Major League Baseball schedule at one sitting.
MLB Tonight, coming up next, only on MLB Network.
47 steals during the season. The runner goes. The pitch taken for a strike. The throw down.
Now, mustache, let's stay in for a while.
The discussion on the sidelines is, will Manny get a haircut?
You'll see that on the highlights, I guarantee that.
The ball does not leave the ballpark.
Everything you love about baseball is on MLB Network. Our national pastime all the time.
What a pickup.
MLB Network is setting new trends with our first opening day coverage, Monday, April 6th.
Nick Aidenhart with a heck of a ball game. 6 2/3 innings, 8 hits allowed, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Mike Butcher, pitching coach, right there with him, saying, hey, young man, doing a great job. He'll be part of the rotation with the Angels break camp and head back to the Big A. They will open against the Oakland A's next week. 4-game series, then the Boston Red Sox. Fernando Rodriguez comes out of the bullpen. He is 7-11 last year at AA Arkansas with a 5.5 earned run average.
So for Aidenhart, that'll be his last spring training outing against big league hitters. His next outing will be Sunday on the Angels off day before the opening day is.
First pitch swing is Perez, and he grounds out. Rodriguez does the job. Angels lead it 8-2.
MLB Network is setting new trends with our first opening day coverage, Monday, April 6th.
During the season, I watched Harris become an all-around team player.
Wright puts his team first, so I put my team first.
At first, Harris wasn't part of a team. Now she's the heart of it.
Wright's an awesome player, He'll even catch the ball with his bare hands.
Major League Baseball supports the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Here, kids learn values like teamwork.
Of course it's about the team, but I did have 5 home runs and 45 base hits.
Major League Baseball and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Together, we create a positive place for kids.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The Phillies are world champions.
The Angels with an 8-2 lead over the Chicago Cubs, two of the top teams in baseball last year. The Angels with 100 wins, the Cubs with 97, and right now Lou Piniella going with a new pitcher, Chad Fox, a veteran, 38 years young from Conroe, Texas, trying to make a spot in that bullpen.
Yep, he's going to go hard fastball slider. Try to keep her down against a pretty good hitter in Rob Quillen, who got a nice base hit earlier.
Rob 1 for 1 today. Fox in his career 10-12 with 6 saves and a 3.6 earned run average in 217 major league relief appearances. First pitch swinging, Quinlan fouls it off, strike 1. Quinlan looks to be part of that 25-man major league roster. And Socia loves his ability to come off the bench with a key hit.
And he has no fear.
And he plays the corners on the infield, corners in the outfield. What you just said is usually when you ask Mike Socia, tell me about what you like most about Rob Quinlan, he goes, he's not afraid. And sometimes, Rex, that's a pretty good quality to have when you're coming off the bench.
No, you got to be ready to go. You got to be anxious. You got to be ready to hit. You know, you make sure that you do a lot of extra work. As being an extra player, you don't just show up and sit on the bench, man. You're working harder than the regular guys do to stay in shape and stay ready. A lot of batting practice, a lot of extra. You're always in the simulated games. And that's when a pitcher's trying to come back and they have them at 3 o'clock and they're throwing live pitch, and you're always out there. I mean, you're always showing up early. That's just part of your job. It's part of your role.
Rob sends it to right center field and deep. And Gathright with that great speed runs it down, and then a la Bo Jackson climbs the wall and is running to the top.
Nope, that's one thing they like about him is his speed and the ability to cover ground. Quinlan, I thought he had extra bases for sure, possibly another triple, as he hit this ball well. Gathright, you see him, those nice strides, quick, slows himself down by the wall, but good swing by Quinny.
Reggie Willits.
You know, this is really the best thing for Reggie. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen, obviously, because I'm not privy to what goes on in their meetings. But the best thing for him is to play. He sat the bench most of the last season, you know, and he does have an option left. So if they decide to send him to AAA, he'll likely get an everyday job, and that'll be good for him. He needs to play himself back into playing shape. Even though he would prefer to stay here because the money's better, and you know the meal money's a lot better. But you know that's just the way he's got to play to get noticed again.
Because there have been rumors surrounding Gary Matthews Jr. With the Angels so deep in that outfield spot, and obviously there are this time of the year so many rumors flying around.
He's a good everyday player, is Willits. But what Mike Socia likes about him when he's on his 25-man roster is the ability to pinch run, steal a base, and also to bunt. He puts him into sacrifice bunt sometimes, and you know, late inning defensive replacements. But really, he's a pretty decent everyday player.
Willits to center field. Gathright. 2 outs. Getting ready for the bottom of the 8th inning is the guy who will have that spot when the Angels break camp. Scott Shields, one of the top setup men in the game during the decade from 2000 on. Joined the Angels back in 2002 and has been rock solid, and one of the guys with a rubber arm who just can throw just about every day. He's a guy who would love to close, would love to start, but sometimes you have more value when you can pitch a guy 3 times a week rather than once a week. Ibar, the batter, that ability to shorten games, to grab the lead in the 7th inning and hold on to it. And the Angels have been able to do that with a great bullpen in the Socha era. Ibar almost had to hit his foot. Broken bat, foul. Angels with a lot of runs today, 8, but they scored 7 when they sent 12 into the plate in the 4th inning. Sean Marshall had thrown 3 solid innings, and the Angels jumped all over him for 8 hits, 7 runs in the 4th inning, highlighted by Torrey Hunter's home run and extra base hits by Kenry Morales and Jeff Mathis. Ibar with a 2-2 count. Rolls it foul.
Okay, Fox, you know, he's going to just pound your middle in, little slider. Fastball's away. He's a veteran. Throws strikes and durable.
Well, he's peppering that right side. Fox continues to work him in. The pitch is too tough to handle. Ibar's getting enough wood on him, just pulling him foul and hoping that'll make a mistake. Eric 0 for 1 today. Almost launched one in his last at bat as he hit it to deep right center field, but the right fielder ran it down and made a catch at the warning track. And he is coming in on Ibar throughout this AB. 3-2. Cubs starter Sean Marshall came with an outstanding ERA of 1.93. The Angels knocked him out in that 7-run 4th. Nick Adenhart, the Angels starter, pitched very well, giving up 2 runs in 6 2/3.
Ibar continuing to pull those sinking fastballs foul.
Man, if he just threw 1 on the outside, 3 inches off the plate, he might just swing at it, surprised that Fox would throw 1 away. Ibar, open stance from the left side. He did show him 1 outside and walks the ball 4. So Matt Brown will step up. Brown took one looking against Luis Vizcaíno in the 7th inning.
Pretty nice crowd here today in Mesa. What was it, 9,000 something?
9,165.
Crowd for Tuesday.
Angels back home for the final game in Tempe, Diablo Stadium tomorrow, a noon game against the Texas Rangers.
Noon. And we will be televising.
Yes, we will. Tomorrow on FS West. Final game in Tempe, and then the Angels head home. They've got a game Thursday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They'll have Sunday off, and then, of course, opening day against the Oakland Athletics. Mike Socha has not definitively told us that Joe Saunders will get the start on Monday. He'd like to have him have a power bullpen session on Thursday. Saunders coming back from that tired Army experience yesterday. Brown pops it up right side. Anderson, shading his eyes, makes the catch, ending the Angels' 8th.
Very unique routine when he steps into the batter's box.
Everything you love about baseball is on MLB Network, our national pastime all the time.
So much good can come from a game. When I was younger, I was part of RBI, reviving baseball in inner cities. It brings kids together, builds confidence, and creates opportunity. And a great program. Major League Baseball proudly supports RBI.
1, 2, 3, RBI!
MLB Tonight is going to be a lot of fun for us to be able to sit at the desk and give viewers a really good sense as to what's happening throughout the league.
We're able to break down certain plays, certain actions, and take our time doing it.
There's going to be scores, updates, highlights. You'll be able to not only follow your favorite team, but all 30 teams in Major League Baseball.
A baseball fan will never have to change the channel. They can cruise the entire Major League Baseball schedule at one sitting.
I think the uniqueness of being able to look into games live, breaking stories, breaking news items that come up, it's second to none when it comes to coverage on a nightly basis.
We can get you ready before the game. What's happening? Are there injuries? Are there guys scratched? And then post-game, we have access to interview players across the league. I don't think there's better access before, during, and after games than MLB Tonight.
I think on a daily basis, you get a chance to see something that you've never seen achieved before.
MLB Tonight. Tonight at 7 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Beautiful afternoon in Mesa. The Angels against the Chicago Cubs. Halos leading at 8-2. And fans, you can create your own Angels collectible using your favorite photos at the photo store on angelsbaseball.com. It's easy. Just upload your photo, choose from prints, mugs, magnets, and more. Make your own Angels collectible today at angelsbaseball.com. Angels getting ready to come home. Again, the home opener next Monday against the Athletics. Scott Shields, a new pitcher for the Angels, and first pitch swinging and driving it deep to right, and that's a fair ball, and knocking it into the corner.
That's what you do when you're a pinch hitter. You look for that first pitch fastball and take a hack at it. And Miles, that's going to be his role this year. He's a backup infielder, but that's exactly what Lou Piniella wanted of him.
He could play second, third, and short. Lou did tell us that if they do make a change late, that Fontenot would go to third and Aaron to second base. But Scott's numbers this year, a 2.25 ERA. Remember, he spent some time with the USA team in the World Baseball Classic. He's pitched in just 4 games this spring, but he was ready because of the work he got in with the WBC. Shields now facing Anderson. Lee had 3 hits in it as the number 3 hitter. Derek Lee, a single and a pair of doubles. Anderson batting for the first time. Swing and a miss.
That's a good curveball there.
He does have a quick one.
It's a big, or actually not big, but it has a real nice overhand snap. Good two-seam runner.
And sometimes when he lets up on it, it's almost an off-speed pitch. It's about 10 miles an hour slower than his fastball. Tries to get him to chase the heater up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cliff Anderson, Micah Hoffpower. Angels with solid games again from Sean Figgins, who went 2 for 3. His batting average stays over 400. Bobby Abreu had a base hit and an RBI. Vlad Guerrero knocked in 2, had a hit. Torrey Hunter went 2 for 3 with a home run and a single, 2 RBIs. Henry Morales had 2 more hits. It's his average over 400. Meiser Esturz, 2 hits. Ball hit sharply to left field, right at Juan Rivera, who makes the catch. No advance by Miles. And Jeff Mathis had a double with an RBI and a run scored. Angels got 7 of their 8 in the 4th inning when they sent 12 men to the plate.
Okay, well, they're not quite at their average of runs per game at 11.
That's over the last 9 games, but they've been averaging 7.5 throughout the spring training. That's by far the number 1 figure. The Chicago Cubs are 3rd in the major leagues in scoring runs at 6.5. Scott's getting that high and away to the left-handed batters again. He'll make fun of himself saying, yeah, I've got that nice, smooth, and fluid delivery. He said it's a little complicated and it can get out of whack. When he is locked in with his delivery and repeats it, he can be a monster for a month.
Yeah, but his last few outings, he hasn't been happy with his location, but his arm strength looks good, and that's the key. His shoulder flies open a little bit when he misses high. That front shoulder just comes out just a little bit early, and the arm follows up, follows it high.
In there, the balls and 1 strike. And because of Scott's size, he's only 6'1" and about 185 pounds. He's a bit of a max effort guy. He has to get a lot of his body into that fastball.
A lot of durability.
Yeah.
He's a guy who rarely misses.
3-1. I remember when he was a starter at AAA, and I was visiting with then Angels general manager Bill Stoneman about Scott, and I said, you know, I saw this guy Shields down at AAA, and I see he's started most of the time, but come out of the bullpen, and he looked at me and smiling. He said, that kid's got a rubber arm. He might be good in the pen. And he sure has been. Bill and Mike had talked about that. Scott has been one of the most durable setup men in the game in the last half decade. Hoffpower powers one deep to right. Willits is back, and Hoffpower stays hot. A 2-run home run in the 8th. Micah's 6th blast of the spring training, and he now has 26 RBIs to lead all major leaguers in grapefruit or cactus league play.
Well, he was sitting on that fastball, certainly, and he got one he liked. Big guy, got up underneath it, got plenty of distance. Slight breeze blowing out, but he hit this a mile high in the inner half.
Here's Jonathan Moda, the third baseman for the Chicago Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs have cut the lead in half, 8-4. Angels looking for their 24th win of the year. Tops in franchise history in spring training play and most in the bigs. Swinging, and that one is just off of the facing the broadcast booth to a right. Rex was ready to dive for it, but then realized he would land in some Cub fans just below us.
Yeah, it's too tight here. The
you just don't want to hurt anybody. You're not worried about hurting yourself, but you just don't want to hurt anybody else.
No, but the windows are small up here, man. It's hard to get a ball.
On the hands of Moda, fouled off. 2-2. Here we are.
Yeah, see, little.
Now you got to come over here. So they can't see.
These are little windows. I mean, you know, it's got to be just right to us in order for us to make the grab. Of course, you let me take your field too when it's in your square.
Well, you know, I'm going to get knocked over one way or the other. You knocked me down before.
Nice curveball.
Grab that baseball.
Yeah,
last
year in Baltimore, Fizz, you were looking down your scorecard, and they hit a rocket over the screen, and I dove and knocked you out of the way. We'd have had to get a new broadcaster. That would have not been pretty. I mean, you know, when you got your head down, okay, and you're looking into your notes, and you look up, I mean, and that ball comes in there, it could be ugly.
So what you're saying is I should be saying thank you.
Right. I want every ball. You know that. So do the fans here. They all love to catch one. Who doesn't?
Rex, I owe you. Thank you for saving my life.
That's all good.
The pitch. Outside.
Shields. Nice overhand curve. You got the punch out.
Outside. And Scott falling behind. He has been behind every batter except the leadoff man, Aaron Miles, who doubled in the very first pitch. Scored on the home run by Hoffpower. In there.
Glasses for sale. Glasses for sale. Good night, Nate.
Nate Sampson digging in from the right side.
Glasses for sale.
This is his first at-bat of the game. He came on defensively for Fontenot earlier. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air, center field, and Gary Matthews Jr. cuts it off. His throw to second base, not in time. A double for the speedy Sampson.
Okay, Shields again out over the plate. Looked like Matthews was playing him a shade to the right field side. But the kid's speedy. He was able to get in there with a good slide, trying to impress. And Scott Shields going to get a visit from Mike Butcher.
Just 6 days till opening day. The Angels have a 6 o'clock game against the Oakland Athletics at the Big A on Monday. Some great seats available and great ticket prices. They have a buy 3, get 1 free for opening day, and some terrific deals for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Ticket prices as low as $3, others $5. So Butcher has visited with Scott Shields. Jeff Mathis has gone all the way behind the plate. It's good to see Mike Napoli getting 6 innings yesterday. Low. Tomorrow the Angels have their final game in Tempe, and it'll be a 12 o'clock game at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Shane Lukes will be on the mound for the Halos. On the hands of Perez, the catcher. Angels with 8 runs on 12 hits. The Cubs 4 runs on 11. In there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, so Scott needs just 1 more to get out of trouble here.
Yeah, not only does his shoulder fly out when he's missing, he rushes his delivery a little bit too much as well. I talked with him after his last outing. I said, hey, you look like you threw the ball pretty well. He says, yeah, but my location wouldn't.
Well, he strikes out Perez here, gives up a home run to Hoffpower as Chicago makes it 8-4. The Angels still lead.
Hi, I need to start saving on car insurance.
Money a bit tight?
Yeah, I've had to cut back, sell some stuff.
Like his watch.
Ah, we can help you save because we instantly compare your Progressive Direct rate with rates from other top companies. Watch this. Nice savings.
This means I can buy my watch back.
Oh, this watch?
Yeah.
Not for sale.
That's cold.
Making sure you get a great deal. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
We have the treadmill for a bit. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hello?
This is Matt from Brinks Home Security. Are you all right?
Someone just tried to break in. The alarm scared him away.
I'm sending help right now.
Call 1-800-700-1931 now to install Brinks Home Security for just $99. Brinks sensors and detectors can alert you when trouble strikes. And the Brinks keypad is linked to award-winning monitoring centers where professionals respond quickly 24 hours a day. Call now to get the $99 installation plus a second keypad installed free. That's a $135 value. And you could save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-700-1931 now and get the system installed for just $99. Brinks Home Security. Rapid response and peace of mind for your home or business. Call now.
Spring training for these Angels, and they're looking for their 24th win. They will open against the Oakland Athletics next Monday, a 6 o'clock game, and the A's resume much improved. They finished 24.5 games back of the Angels. Did lose Carlos Gonzalez, talented center fielder, and a starting pitcher, Greg Smith, and their closer, Houston Street. But look at the additions. New shortstop, Cabrera. Nomar Garcia-Parra can play third or first. Giambi right now has been their first baseman. And Matt Holliday, an all-star outfielder. So they have gone from dead last in scoring runs in the major leagues. And they may go to middle of the pack.
Yeah, hey, look, they did make some good improvements. It looks like they're going to score some more runs this year. But, you know, they're going to give up a lot, too, with a young pitching staff that's unproven. And that's going to be the big question mark for them as they go into the season. But I like what Billy Beane has done. by acquiring these veteran guys to mix in with a few of their younger guys out there. And of course, Chavez, if he's healthy at third base, don't forget about that veteran bat there, Eric Chavez.
Yeah, he played in back-to-back games at third base for the first time the other day.
I'm glad to hear that too, because
good guy.
We want Oakland to, push the Angels. The Angels are strong, but they need a little bit of competition this year. What do we have? A 21-game lead last year at the end?
Yeah, and since 2002, it's been either the Angels or the Athletics to win that American League West. So there's been some good competition. That's a baseball fan. Look at those pins. Wonder how much that hat weighs.
Well, you can go to any game you want to out here. They're all local.
Kevin Gregg, the new pitcher, and he strikes out Meister as tourist. Texas Rangers also much improved, and it's always about pitching. Now, they lost Bradley. Great year last year at that ballpark. Ben Broussard, Gerald Laird, who's now with Detroit, and Cameron Lowe. But they added Benson, who pitched very well yesterday. Andrew Jones is still a question mark. But a lot of the guys just need to stay healthy. Ian Kinsler can hit. Michael Young can hit. And, of course, Josh Hamilton might be the most explosive player in the division.
They always score runs. You know they're going to this year. Okay, that's one thing that's given for a Rangers, their offense. They've always got a bunch of Blaylocks in there, too. We forgot about him. Of course, they got a good-looking outfielder, reserve outfielder, and Murphy, a kid, David Murphy. He's a good-looking player as well, but they've just got to be able to find some starting pitching. And I heard that they kept McCarthy, so McCarthy, he looks good. He's a good starter for them. Padilla, Millwood. They won't be.
Now the closer of the Chicago Cubs beat out Carlos Marmol. But Texas has never had a problem scoring runs. I mean, you talked about it, led the major leagues in runs over 900 last year. But their 5.37 ERA, dead last in the major leagues. They also suffered 132 errors, most in the major leagues. Gregg striking out his tourists, and Mathis back-to-back still has not allowed a run this spring.
No, I would assume that everyone will be better, especially Oakland and Texas in the West. Because, however, Seattle, they're in a rebuilding mode, and you never know what's going to happen there. There are a lot of new faces there, including new management and coaches.
Bobby Wilson comes up, pops up the first pitch, right side, and the first baseman can't field it. That was Hoffpower, who played right field to start the game. Seattle, they made a host of changes. They lost Sean Green, good setup man, and J.J. Putz, their closer, and Raul Ibanez, their best, most productive RBI machine. But they added Branyan, power, speed with Chavez and Franklin Gutierrez. And how about getting Junior back?
That's a big draw for the fans, and he's certainly got some left in his Hall of Fame career, no question. Sweeney's had a good spring. He'll add some leadership. All those older guys, that's what you need to lead the young ones, some veterans, along with the great Ichiro Suzuki. So it should be a good season this year.
It was the worst maybe of all time for Seattle, because you have to consider 101 losses on a $120 million payroll they had last year.
Yep, they want to turn the page on that.
They have a question mark on who's going to close. They lost J.J. Putz, and they're talking about Brandon Morrow, but they really feel like he'll be a future starter.
Yeah, but for this year, I think he's going to be in the pen, so they'll probably use him.
They're saying
he's got a good split finger fastball combination.
Who replaces Ibanez as the number 4 hitter? He's a professional hitter.
Maybe Ken Griffey Jr.
2-2 pitch to Bobby Wilson in the dirt. 3-2. Kevin Gregg with the Angels from 2003 through 2006. Closer for the Florida Marlins last year. He was acquired from Florida November 13th for right-handed pitcher Jose Cita. Kevin has a very good split finger pitch.
Nope, and he's excited about being named their closer for this year. You know, he was in that Angel bullpen for a while when he was a young pitcher, and then he got traded to the Marlins, and he's flourished ever since. They put him in that closer role. He's always had closer stuff. Good hard fastball, mid-90s, and that split finger. And he's come up with a little slider.
In the air, out of play.
But, you know, if you watch Greg's delivery, as we saw that last pitch, Fizz, he doesn't have a lot of herky-jerky motion. Just pretty much here it is. He takes a small step with his leg like that and doesn't even, you know, use his arms over his head or doesn't have to gain a lot of momentum. So he just, here it is. Just lifts his leg and throws it. You like that.
Look at that, a breaking ball in there. He strikes out the side as Turris, Mathis, and Wilson.
Pitch, swing and a miss. The Philadelphia Phillies are world champions. Oh, what a play by Pedroia.
This is where the end of cancer begins. Stand up with all of us. Stand up. Stand up to cancer.
Kevin Jepson is the new Angel hurler, and he comes out for the bottom of the 9th inning. A guy who was a closer at AAA Salt Lake and then also pitched for the U.S. Olympic team and also with the Angels, and has a solid arm, a fastball that reaches the mid-90s.
You know, he's good looking. He's going to make this team this year as far as everything we read and we hear in the Angel locker room. But he's got a good power fastball. They like power. Good mid-90s, a nice overhand curveball. 2 pitches.
Second round pick, 2002. He was born in Anaheim, lives now in Phoenix. Won a bronze for the U.S. Olympic team. And he will face the Chicago Cubs. They will send out a new guy, Russ Kanzler, a minor league infielder. At the end of the last inning, Theriot was in the on-deck circle, and I thought Ryan might come out. So it's Russ Kanzler. Pinch hit for Theriot.
Ball got away there. But I was able to hear Lou Piniella in that microphone again down there. And here's the kind of manager he is. He saw Reed Johnson, says, "Hey, Reed, you want to hit?" Probably said, yeah, because he's getting his helmet. All right, if you don't want to hit, that's okay. You know, so that's good. Lou's a player's guy, and he was a position player and a really good player in his day. A left fielder, good hitter.
Good clutch hitter.
Yeah, and so he's got a heartbeat for the players, and if you're already made his team, he's going to ask you if you want to hit or not, instead of saying, hey, you're in, you're hitting.
Russ Kanzler fouls it off. See his numbers last year at Class A.
He's going to get some hard fastballs here. He might even get an overhand curve here with 2 strikes.
A little short. Mathis staying in the game he's catching all 9 innings today. Fine spring, and Mike Scioscia just raves about his defense. His game calling ability, blocking balls in the dirt, picked a runner off first base today.
But, you know, it was a big question mark for his roommate and his partner, Mike Napoli, whether he was going to be able to answer the bell for opening day, but it looks like it's so far so good. He's caught 2 consecutive games. Hasn't had any difficulties.
Up the middle, Ibar has it. His throw just in time to catch Kanzler. And 1 down to start the 9th inning with Jepson on the hill.
Kanzler looked like he runs pretty well down that line, but so does Ibar up the middle. He's a little chopper like that. He's quick. He's got a tremendous throwing arm.
Well, if Gathright does one of those, I don't think he'll be able to get him with his speed. Love to see a foot race between He and Jose Reyes.
I'd like to see Jepson punch him out here in 3 pitches.
Kevin, power fastball, chopper, look at that, base hit. And Rivera with a strong throw back to first base. Brown has to come off the bag nicely to hold Gathright to 1.
Yeah, Juan Rivera was playing him shallow, or else that's an easy double for Gathright. Just hits it, just slap hitter.
Nelson Perez, the batter. Grounded out, facing Fernando Rodriguez his first time up. The Angels with 8 runs on 12 hits. The Chicago Cubs with 4 runs on 12 hits. With a big 7-run 4th inning when they sent 12 men to the plate and had 8 hits. Torrey Hunter's home run highlighted that frame. Jepson's pitch in there.
9-6.
0-2 to Perez.
Yeah, he's really popping that glove of Mathis right now. Look at that all the way up here. He's throws hard.
The 0-2 just off the plate. Jeff said, I could have gone curveball, but let's see if he'll chase that fastball. And he just barely missed off the plate. Kevin, big guy at 6 feet 4 inches tall, 215 pounds. Got him.
Yeah, that hook. Hitters don't like to see that. That's a big bender. It's like, oh, right over the top. Doesn't have any kind of slurvy action to it. That's just nothing but a drop-off curve.
Rex, with experience, he has future closer stuff.
No question. With Arredondo in there, if something happens to Fuentes this year, they'll have in-house solutions if they want them.
Jepson had a solid year at Arkansas last year with 11 saves and a 1.42 ERA. Gathright goes, and the Angels just giving him second base. Reed Johnson is the pinch hitter. Here's a veteran who will count on a lot this year.
Oh, yeah.
Pinch hitter.
An excellent 4th outfielder, or could be a regular outfielder. But he's already got 2 pinch hit home runs this summer, or excuse me, this spring. So he's been swinging the bat. Watch for him here.
Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just the way he carries himself, wears that uniform, doesn't he look like a player out of the 30s or 40s?
Sure does. Got the pants all bloused up there. He could fit
St. Louis Gas House game.
That's right. He could fit on those 30 teams of the Cubs back in the day when Wrigley owned the team. But he's a gamer.
He fouls it off.
And he did a great job last year of providing the Cubs some spark off the bench. His great athleticism in the outfield. He's a fast guy, but he's a gritty guy who dives a lot, crashed into the ivy, and really gave them a spark. You like players like that.
Jepson trying to nail down the win. He's been in front of just about every single Cub. The pitch in there, strike 3 called. A beauty thrown by Kevin, and a solid 9th inning for Jepson. Mike Scioscia wins his 24th. The Angels already setting the franchise mark with most wins in a spring training. They've got a record of 24-6, the best record in all of baseball. I know it's only spring, but the Angels are playing well, fans. And we're looking forward to coming home to take on the Oakland Athletics next Monday on opening day. Once again, the final score, Angels 8, the Cubs 4. Be sure to join us here again tomorrow as the Angels take on the Texas Rangers from Tempe Diablo Stadium at 12 Pacific time. For Rex Hudler, I'm Steve Physiok saying good day from Mesa, Arizona. Thanks for watching Angels baseball on Fox Sports West.